Hey there, welcome back to No Pants Profits. My name's Richard, and we're also here on Results Not Typical, which is our MLM channel. My name's Richard, and today I'm here sitting with No Pants, and today I'm not going to teach you about profits. I'm going to teach you how to not lose your profits and how to not lose your money. And I want to give you an update on NRGY and what we call Ponzi scheming. I wouldn't call it 101. 201, 301, 401, 501, 601, 701. It's like Ponzi scheming 801, Ponzi scheming 901. We are going to give you some updates on NRGY as well as Starstake. Those are two coins, two projects, two things in the cryptosphere we're going to give you updates on. And we finally heard from their leader in the past few days. We heard from their leader, not once, but twice. Their leader who has kind of a interesting past, let's say. But I do want to play you one audio clip from their leader, which I will play in context later, but out of context right now, I want to open this. I want to spend the first 10 minutes or so showing you everything that's changed, talking about everything that's changed, and then after that, we are going to go into the deep, darkness of it and dig in what's going on. So let me just play this clip. This is from Alan Friedland, who we'll talk about in a minute, but just listen to this clip right now. Kind of out of context, but we'll put it in context later.
Running hijacking on Wall Street, it wouldn't even be allowed, right? But this is not Wall Street.
On Wall Street, it wouldn't even be allowed, but this is not Wall Street. That is exactly what we are looking at right now. We are looking at a cryptocurrency Ponzi scheme. And who was that talking? Well, that was a guy talking that his name is Alan Friedland. Who ran a company called the FinTech Investment Group. If you do want to check back, you can go to No Pants Profits. We did a video on Builder Coin, which is really just NRGY under a different name, NRGY version 2 or whatever, where Alan said the government's not fair to him and stuff like that. I will let you know the contents of this video will be going to these government officers that are down on the bottom here, Division of Enforcement staff members and everything. I'll be sending that to them right after it publishes here, just so it becomes public domain. They have access to it. But Alan has been caught running a scheme before with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission and told, look, he can't, and look, falsely advertised it would deliver high rates of return. We're going to watch some videos and you're going to say, well, that seems very, 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 very familiar. And you will see they settled mid-trial. And yeah, one of the interesting things is that he's not allowed to actually, here we go, register with the soliciting, trading commodity interest, or registering with the CFTC in any capacity. I think the CFTC, along with the SEC, would be very interested in some of the things that are going on right now. But if you're not familiar with Alan Friedland, his right-hand man is a guy who goes by the name of Dwayne Noble, also known as Byron Sneeringer, who had a little bit of issues with a company called USI Tech, which is a high-yield investment program with an ROI of about 1% a day. These are the people who are leading NRGY and Starstake. Now, I want to get into the legalities of this. I want to talk the legalities of this. Realistically, what Starstake is, what NRGY is, there is no product. It is a Ponzi scheme, and right now, they are lacking this thing that I'm sure if you're a member of the community, you may have heard of, called liquidity. Problem is, there's no new investors coming in, so old investors cannot take their money out because this is intrinsically and inherently, it is a Ponzi scheme. So what is a Ponzi scheme? What are Ponzinomics? I want to go over this. All these links are going to be below, both for Alan and Dwayne Noble / Byron Sneeringer's little legal issues in the past that you may want to take a look at. Alan has actually settled. Dwayne has not yet been charged with anything. And Alan's settlements were civil in nature for now, but he was banned from doing this again, so take it as you will. But let's talk about tokenomics and Ponzi schemes. So we're going to talk about the tokenomics. We're going to talk about them changing tokenomics and everything, but I need you to kind of understand what's going on. Tokenomics is the way that crypto works, especially in the DeFi. Understand the word is the best union between token and economics. Therefore, the tokenomics points to the economics of the token, reveals all of the aspects of the token. This data is usually disclosed on the token's white paper and known before the token's release. The term, however, not all. So, in short, tokenomics are the essential data to reveal crucial information about a project. It explains how they'll distribute the token and what time frame will be given to investors. Now, what you'll notice is they have been talking about Starstake and NRGY for years, and they've created no revenue yet. So the only way people are getting money out is by new people putting money in. And I personally believe that the way that people are the way that people higher up are knowing new people are putting money in is in their Discord for NRGY, they have a little bell. And when you ring the bell, it means new money's been staked. When new money's staked, that means what? That means there's liquidity in old money, so people can get their money out. So what's happened is the faucets have gone off. In a Ponzi scheme, you can only take your money out as long as new money is coming in, and there's got to be a utility for the coin. Has to have straightforward utility. They make tokens with the sole intention of profiting from others. Well, technically, the NRG token, NRG Go, Minter coin, all of that is the backbone of Starstake, which still hasn't launched, still doesn't have stars or anything, and we'll get there. But the idea is this type of fraud, and I want you to listen, I want you to be very clear, because here's what's interesting. You're going to hear this mentioned. I'm going to play entire videos through, and you're going to hear, oh, the people that join first are going to benefit more than everyone else. This type of fraud, those who join first from the investment, profit from the investments of the new participants. These investors promote some sort of product or service to newcomers. This process in turn creates chain reaction. The more people enter the scheme, the more money the fraudsters make. To continue operating, they need to constantly get more participants to join. In this way, they can continue to provide funds for those who joined earlier. The redistribution of fund gives oxygen to the scheme, but it's not a sustainable system. When new participants stop coming in, the system collapses. That's exactly what's happening to NRG DeFi right now. And just to show you, we'll zoom in. Oh, look, it's almost at an all-time low right now. But if we look at the last 180 days, this is your pure definition of a Ponzi scheme, pump and dump, pyramid scheme, multi-level marketing scheme, whatever you want to call it. We trace it like this. Its high was 100. Oh, we gotta go out a year. Its high was $316, and right now it is sitting at $11.36. Now the thing is, it's at $11.36. They've got it on another platform. They move the coin around. That coin's worth $400. There's no liquidity in that coin worth $400. Long story. No one can exit. Why? Because no one new is coming in. If no one new comes into a Ponzi scheme, no one can exit. Now the thing is, Ponzi-nomics 101. Most Ponzi schemes love the economic dynamics of a DeFi platform. Yet the situation is more complex than it looks. Not all DeFi platforms are Ponzi schemes. Well, we'll see. Yet we know DeFi Ponzi schemes are more common than we think. These schemes rely on the participation of new participants to keep operating. Now, if you'll notice, if you've been involved or invested in this, they want you to get new people. You get extra benefits for giving it back. They often enforce buy and sell taxes to ensure they can maintain their operations. If you're watching this, this should seem very, very, very familiar. The big problem is that these could be successful for a couple of months, and to be honest, a couple of months in the DeFi space seems like a long time. When people that see these systems have been playing for some time, they decide to jump in, yet they don't know. They're just bait for the bigger fish. Up. Oh, let's go max. We got it right there. They start building it up, get more people in. You know what happens at the top? Ring the bell in Discord. And what happens when you ring the bell? The fish that got in earlier jump out. And then what happens? Boo! Now, there are some interesting things, which you'll see if we look at 90 days. They launched new projects. They launched an NFT project. They launched these other things. And people left their old project for their new project. And that's pretty much what's going on right now. As of December 26th, 27th, 2022, they're creating new projects. And those new projects are taking the old project out, and their goal is to eventually get this coin, which is the baseline of everything they're talking about NRGY, to get this coin down to zero. Now, why would you want to get this coin down to zero? Because you got when you can't get new people into this scam, you got to move it on to the next scam. Like I said, you'll see the all-time low for this coin was 6 hours ago. Now you'll get, oh, there's another coin, there's Polygon, there's this, there's that. There's no liquidity there. There's no ability to sell. That's what Ponzi-nomics actually are. Why you should run away from a Ponzi scheme. They should be shunned not only because of what they represent, but because of how they work. These tokens usually play with supply of tokens and have a false demand. This false demand exists. The more people are interested in the token. The more people enter the system, the higher the token's price. By doing all this, the system does not create a form of economic value, and this is where the Ponzi scheme started. This in turn generates a loop that works until it stops working. When they stop working, the new people end up holding a bag of coins. While not everyone is a Ponzi scheme, you need to be wary of where you invest. Participating in a platform with Ponzinomics may sound tempting. After all, an APY of over 1,000% is pretty hard to turn down. The problem is with these projects, only one group wins: those who organize the scheme. I want you to keep everything we're talking about in mind right now. If you've been involved in this in a while, you're going to go, oh, yeah, pretty clear. We can lose the entire investment. If you're lucky enough, you might get out before everything falls apart. Everything's already fallen apart. You would be part of the scam. Part of the scam, which many people would be affected. How can we avoid a token that's based on Ponzinomics? Do your research. That's the most important thing. If you're interested in a project, sit down, understand what's going on. That's the whole idea, is to understand what's going on, to do your research. And remember, if something sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Well. Now it's time for us to dig a little bit deeper. I've got some stuff that's brand new and that's been unearthed in the past few weeks that I want to bring up. I want to share with you. This is NRGY, the underlying of NRGY, the whole point of NRGY. There's going to be multiple digital applications and decentralized applications that are connected to NRGY, but all they've got so far is something called Starstake that I've been working on for 2 years. I have a video that is back from May of 2022 that I want to share with you, and I'm going to share this entire 10-minute or so segment uncut. This is Alan Friedland. Yes, the same Alan Friedland who settled with the CFTC and said he would not be involved in anything like this again, telling you about all of the stars and everything that's going to be involved in Starstake. Now, again, remember, it is now December 27th, 2022. These promises were made May 1st for May 15th or so, 2022. So we can see the whole goal right now, what's happening is they keep pushing the timeline back. We're going to talk about how, we're going to talk about OTC platforms and everything like that, but I want to bring some color to the Ponzinomics I was talking about before. So this is Byron Sneeringer, aka Dwayne Noble, and let's take a look at Alan Friedland and his Tesla, explaining how Starstake is going to launch and make everybody big in May of 2022.
Are you in a place where you got good Wi-Fi?
There we go. There we go.
I already gave all the specifics and whatnot. So,
Awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, I just wanted to say hello, give everybody just a quick update on some things on the development side that we should be aware of, and they look very, very promising. So first of all, everything is going well with the development. We're shooting for a fully functional Starstake product by the 15th of May. That's still on target. We'll have to continue to work on it afterwards. It's any type of a new product is a continual process of improvement, but we're really, really excited. This week was a great week for us, but we'll have a fully functional product on the 15th. So everything's on target for that. I wanted to kind of share with you.
Again, remember that it's May 15th, 2022. It is now December 27th, 2022, and Starstake has generated that much in revenue, that much in royalties. But hey, they have made $700,000 in revenue minus the expenses for the pyramid scheme. $700,000 by selling pictures of astronauts, as we've covered in previous videos. But let's listen more about what Alan says is going on here with Starstake in May of 2022. And when Alan tells you 2 or 3 weeks, this is 6, 7, 8, 9 months, and the product still hasn't launched.
What this really means and the change that it means in our economy. First of all, NRGY has some huge competitive advantages. We're the first to develop an NFT platform, Starstake, that's designed to capitalize on economic activity.
Now, I want you to notice that he talks about NRGY, talks about Starstake. They very clearly say Starstake is a company that is led by a guy named Chris Hawk Jones, even though Alan created all of this. Might just be Alan wanting to stay out of the spotlight, and NRGY is a DeFi platform. But you'll notice they're talked about kind of interchangeably here, which is kind of interesting from a legal standpoint. But I digress. Let's continue.
Rather than just capitalize on collectibles and art. That is just a complete advancement. We're developing an economic platform rather than just a coin. We are doing some amazing, progressive, huge things in the space. We've been the first to recognize the access economy, where communities receive direct royalties, right, and rewards. Um,
Now, this is actually very, very, very highly illegal, and we'll get to that in a minute, because he's talking about getting non-qualified investors involved in things that qualified investors must be involved in. But we have a conversation with Chris Hawk. We'll pull up in a minute. But let's finish listening to Alan.
and it's really important for our community to grow. What's going to make businesses and companies want to pay royalties to coin holders beside on Starstake is the size of the community, right? We want to.
Now, the size of the community is under 1,000 people right now, so nobody wants to join. And again, this was in May. I'm talking in December. It's under 1,000 people right now. And out of those 1,000, very minimal of those 1,000 are even active in what's going on. I'd say I'm on all of their platforms. There's probably a handful, 25 people or so who are actually active. So they're saying there's a community. There's truly, honestly, no community here. It's a bunch of people following a cult. CULT. Sorry, this is the first time I've said this on a Starstake or NRGY video. This is not a community, it's a cult. So every time he says the word community, just replace it with cult.
Have a huge community. We want it to grow. We all need, now we have this incentivized system right now in place that everybody's been asking for to make it where you can spend the time to introduce and educate people and introduce them to what we're doing.
That's a pyramid scheme because there is no product. The product is a Ponzi. This is a pyramid scheme. Remember, the difference between a pyramid scheme and an MLM is that there's a product. There really is no product here. So be aware.
And allow yourself to be fairly compensated, right, for your time. And so I'd encourage all of you to get out there, because ultimately what makes Meta or Facebook valuable is not just the technology, it's the community, right? Community.
Now remember, on their YouTube channel, they don't even have 500 subscribers. Well, they have about, well, I'll get you an exact number. I think 500 or so subscribers right now. This channel you're watching this on right now has more subscribers than they do. They have 537 subscribers. That's one hell of a community for what he's about to sell to everyone.
Communities of size, businesses will want to access it, right? They'll want to pay royalties to access it. So
a community of 500 people, not even all active.
The NFT access economy, okay, will get away from what we currently have, where we have large centralized social media platforms that control access to a brand's community. I mean, think about Coca-Cola, for instance, right? Their community they have to pay Facebook to access their own community. I think they've been around a lot longer than Coca-Cola. So brands, they pay for this access through advertising, and individual community members receive nothing for this. It all goes to,
because it's illegal for individual community members to receive anything from that. Now, why is it illegal? Because of something called the NRGY test. Unless they are actual investors with a company which is tradable in the stock market, and as you heard Alan say, this is not the stock market, so the rules don't really apply to him. Unless it's that, this is not allowed. Take a look at the NRGY test.
Centralized platform. So what we see happening is this changing, and we think the Starstake platform and technology changes the economics, because now brands can have direct access to their community through NFTs, offer real products and services through the Starstake platform, tokenized products and services, and they can pay royalties directly to community members, right?
That's called a dividend, and unless those community members are qualified investors, that is illegal. Just want to point that out. Now, you might say, hey, Rich, why does this matter? I think that's an important question. I'll get Alan back in a minute, but I want to show you something. I want to show you a conversation I had. You might say, hey, Rich, why does this matter? And I think valid question for Rich. Why does this matter? Let me see if I can figure out where my button is for Airman. But why does this matter? It's because they know what they're doing is illegal. I think that's kind of the interesting thing, is that they really, truly know that what they're doing is illegal. Give me a second. Let me open up my preview and open up a recent. Here we go. So let me show you this. I wanted to pull this up. And I want to show you all this because I think it is very interesting. Because I went ahead and I asked directly to Chris Hawk, why not do this all in dollars, cash money? I'd get behind it and promote this if you can use cash. People need to be qualified accredited investors and follow the SEC rules, though. And Chris says, unfortunately, you can't. I go, and you would do due diligence? You choose not to, because you have to use centralized banks, and you can't create an application currency that way to bridge the gap between artists and fans. No, you cannot. Trust me, I spent the last year and a half. You cannot create direct transactions using banks with artists and fans. Yes, because that is an investment, which the SEC says is illegal. I go, legally, you cannot, unless you make sure every investor has at least $1 million in net assets and makes $200,000 a year. Yes, I know the law. He goes, you need to use DeFi to create access points for them. Otherwise, you're a centralized organization, and that is illegal. There's a clear reason why this law exists. No, we are not selling securities. Again, I want you to just be aware. I'm showing you all these things because they all tie together. You're going to hear things that are asset-backed and things like that. And what is asset-backed? Asset-backed is a security. So let's go back to our friend, Mr. Alan Friedland, right now and hear a little bit more from him.
And community members can now get incentivized through automatic crypto payouts on Stake Hub on Starstake. So we're going to show you how this new access economy works, and how it's going to create huge new revenues for companies. I don't want to discuss some of the big brands that we're speaking with right now.
They have 500 people on board. Now they have 500 people on board in December. There's no way there were big brands they were speaking with right now. They've never mentioned a brand. All they've got is the NFL Alumni Association, which, if you're watching this, they made a donation to the Tampa Bay chapter of the NFL Alumni Association and officially became a partner by making a donation. And they're thinking that means they have one retired NFL player who goes to their little events, and they have a bunch of local Tampa artists. There's no stars on board. But let's hear in May 2022 the stars that Alan says are on board with them.
But we have a huge number of people ready to get started. We're building the support team. We added some new people. I think last week they came on, introduced themselves on the support side, training side. So a lot of this right now is training and support and project management. And so that's what we're focused on right now. So as you know, we started this platform just a little over a year ago, while other communities and coins are plummeting, ours is growing.
Now, I think that's interesting because they're going to turn around and they're going to blame the wider crypto market. This is in May 2022, but they're going to blame the wider crypto market, say the wider crypto market brought their coin down. But right here, when it wasn't the problem, they were saying, oh, the wider crypto market's fine, and our coin is just rocketing over the wider crypto market.
We believe that we can aggregate cryptocurrency community and build it of significant size through the system we have. We also are the first to have NFT bucks, which is the stable money that can be branded, has collectible value, easy to understand, and can be purchased with a credit card. We have the community builder, DeFi, which all you are probably familiar with, which can incentivize to aggregate communities together. We want to create a massive global financial system, and we're the first.
I'm sure the US government and the CFTC and the SEC would love to know about their massive global financial system, and that's why I'll be providing them a copy of this video, as well as anything else they need, because I'm acting here as a journalist who knows crypto pretty damn well.
Recognize, once again, our access economy, and where coin communities receive direct royalties and rewards, right? And we're the first to offer these type of royalty rewards in smart contracts. And the beautiful part about it is you're going to get to enjoy all these benefits with no investment in any of the businesses or the applications that.
So what are you investing in with NRGY? What are you investing in Starstake Mission Series 1 NFTs? Is this just pure bravado? Who's paying for this? Where's this money going? Where has all this money disappeared to? Has the community really stolen all the money? Interesting question, right?
Are being developed. So I just wanted to kind of, reiterate that message, let everybody know all is very, very well. Uh, we're extremely optimistic. Our aims are being achieved, and we're looking forward to May 15th, fully functional. We'll do a full functional product demo on or about the 15th. I don't know what day that is. That's on Saturday, but the first Saturday after the 15th, we can, go through and show everybody how the platform works. Once again, the focus should be on building community, right? That's what's going to make it's just amazing what that does. That's how we've had over 250, more than 250 people waiting to get on the Starstake platform. Some of these names have 30, 40, 50 million YouTube views. Some of them are.
Do you think those people, number one, are interested to begin with, and number two, are still around 7 months later and a crypto crash later? They have nothing. They've never mentioned anybody by name other than the retired NFL players and some local Tampa talent. And they'll give you stuff. Oh, the entertainment industry works like that. We've got lawyers that are working. Look, come on. You heard what he just said. I actually want to rewind a little bit just so you can hear this again.
Smart contracts. And the beautiful part about it is you're going to get to enjoy all these benefits with no investment in any of the businesses or the applications that are being developed. So I just wanted to kind of, reiterate that message, let everybody know all is very, very well. We're extremely optimistic. Our aims are being achieved, and we're looking forward to May 15th, fully functional. We'll do a full functional.
Again, May 15th, 2022. It is now the end of December 2022. Can you trust these people on any timelines they provide?
Product demo on or about the 15th. I don't know what day that is. That's on Saturday, but the first Saturday after the 15th, we can, go through and show everybody how the platform works. Once again, the focus should be on building community, right? That's what's going to make it just amazing.
Their community is falling apart. If you're in their Discord is completely falling apart. I'm not going to show you on the screen, but I'm watching this in real time. I'm watching their Discord just go. Pew! There's a couple people who have just. I've watched it just. People ask questions and they get called fudders. But let's listen again to how many artists are involved here, because I think that's important.
What that does, that's how we've had over 250. More than 250 people waiting to get on the Starstake platform. Some of these names have 30, 40, 50 million YouTube views.
They have 30, 40, 50 million YouTube views. And Starstake, hold on. I think that's fair. Starstake, and I'll just show you how we get there. You just click on there, and we should be able to see how many views Starstake actually has if I go to About. They have 30, 40, 50 million, and Starstake has 13,841 views, and just for giggles, no pants profits, has 110,675 views. So I think I should run a Star platform, because I've got almost 10 times the number of YouTube views they do.
Them are huge brands, huge communities. I mean, it is working. It's working. And so we're about ready to deliver on what we've been working toward now for well over 6 months. This has not been easy. It's been extremely, extremely difficult to do. But we literally have the iPhone of the NFT space. And more important than just the way it looks, the economic platform that it represents. That's what makes Starstake, and that's what makes NRGY extremely valuable asset. And all of us hopefully here own it.
Wait. You can't say asset. That makes it a security. Chris said it's not a security. This is an asset-backed security. You're going to hear that over and over. Listen. I'm going to play you a lot of videos. I don't want this to go over an hour, but I want to show you everything that they're promising and their new plan, and I want to walk you through it, because a lot of people are clueless as to what's going on, and my job is to let you know whether you should pull your money out when you get a chance, even though you're not really going to get a chance. They're saying you are, but you're not really going to get a chance. More on that in about 20 minutes.
and we'll continue to see it grow.
Awesome, awesome. Thanks, Alan. So guys,
Okay.
I think you have your information if you're a new person to make a decision, but I do believe we're going to do some big things. And I'm going to tell you what I really like about this whole platform is, unlike other platforms where people are jockeying for position, right? This is a chance where we all get a win together. Of course, the people that come in earlier, they get to win a little bit more.
Didn't you hear that? Hold up, senor. Hold up, senor. Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh, look, the people that come in earlier. The schemes rely on new participants. The problem is, oh, look. To continue operating, those who join first profit from the investment of new participants. He said it out loud. Let's listen to the rest of what Dwayne Noble, aka Byron Sneeringer, has to say.
Have the potential to win a little bit more, but I'm going to turn it over to Peter to close us out.
This is someone we haven't talked about yet. This is the third partner involved here, the money guys. You've got Alan, you've got Alan Friedland, Byron Sneeringer, and Peter Ohana. I want to let Peter talk because I do want him to be involved in this video. If anybody happens to come across it from relevant authorities, he's not a character I know much about, to be brutally honest, but he is one of the guys behind all this. So Peter's going to talk for 2-3 minutes.
Some last minute words. I'll end the recording, then we'll open it up for some Q&A. Peter?
All right, guys. You've heard a lot today. We've talked about our NRGY DeFi system and how it all works. We've introduced to you our first of many decentralized apps that are going to be built upon.
Also, I want you to note, as of late December 2022, this is the first that still hasn't launched, not of many of, they say that Byron Sneeringer, Dwayne Noble is going to be launching an Inferio NFT system, but yeah, sure.
On the NRGY platform. And so really the next step is, if you're not already involved, get back to the person that brought you here. If you are involved, we're going to give you that capability now.
MLM pyramid scammers going to MLM pyramid schemes. This is an MLM, a pyramid scheme, a Ponzi scheme. It's everything involved.
With bringing out the builder links that you'll be able to share with others going forward.
The builder links. This is Builder Coin, which failed miserably. NRGY has been launched many times with many different names. All this is same pig, different lipstick.
And it's an exciting time. And the one thing that I'll close with is this. Many people talk about Bitcoin and Ethereum and it going up in value, but many people talk about Bitcoin and Ethereum going down in value. The beauty of our project is that it is not tied to Bitcoin. It is not tied to Ethereum. It is paired with the coin USDC, which is a stable coin. So no matter what, Bitcoin goes up, Bitcoin goes down, Ethereum goes up, Ethereum goes down. The only price volatility that is created within our coin is if our community buys more or sells more. And that's it. So you could have Bitcoin being worth $1,000 and Ethereum being worth $500, and our coin could be worth substantially more than it is right now because it is not tied to those particular factors.
Well. Let's take a look at some math here. So, yeah, that really hasn't kind of held up for them very well in the past period of time because, yeah, I mean, you take a look even today, compared to Bitcoin, things have gone up, down, left, right, center. We can look at market cap, we can look at all those things, but yeah, I know, no, Peter, what you're saying, it's just not true. So, yeah.
So I just wanted to let you guys know that so that you're aware. Thank you so much for coming, and we'll see you next time. We'll open it up for a brief Q&A.
Now, what's interesting is they actually never record the Q&A of these things. So you might go, well, why do they never record the question and answer period? Well, because people ask good questions, and they don't want those good questions. I'll tell you, I myself was in one the other day, and I asked what Dwayne Noble's real name is, and if it's Byron, and he said, yeah, it's Byron, and he uses a fake name, a business name. But I want to show you something. I want to show you a kind of a segment in which they're promising returns to people. Now, I want you to understand, I'm not making fun of these people on the call, and that's very important, but these people don't know anything about crypto, majority of them. So when they're told something by someone they see as a leader in their community, they tend to believe it. So this actually comes from the 17th of December. This was a weekly call that's also been posted on Inferio Brings the Light on YouTube. You can find the whole of this video, but I want to play this because this is how they're trying to tell people their coin is going to scale, and I think that's interesting. So this is Byron Sneeringer, aka Dwayne Noble, talking about how the price of the coin is going to grow over time, and I think it's important that you kind of understand that these numbers are, let's just call them what they are, batshit.
That's 500 guys. There's only 500,000 energy in circulation. And there may not be much more than that. There might be a lot more than that. Depends how many people come in staking before the minting period.
Yeah, he's trying to use that that pyramid scheme, MLM Ponzi scheme tactic. But let's listen to some of his numbers.
It really doesn't matter if anybody else comes in because it just means more for all of us, basically. But I do believe, you know, especially as we approach the end of the minting period, you're going to see a lot of people fly in into energy because Starstake, you know, should be getting traction by then, and by that time you should also see royalty payments start being more and more substantial. You know, that's I would think that. So if you take 500. If you take 500,000, I got to get my calculator here, guys. If you take 500,000 and you divide that by 25, and keep in mind, you're going to have some odds and ends. This is like worst case scenario. This is everybody.
This is worst case scenario. He is working out for potential investors that he's telling to buy more coins. A worst case scenario. I'm going to play this in its entirety, and I'm going to break it down. I'm going to tell you this is insane that these promises are being made. And yes, they are promises, because he literally just said this is worst case scenario that's being worked out right now.
He had 25, all 25 blocks, you know, somebody held of energy. So that's 20,000. 20,000, okay? 20,000 times 25 is 500,000. Okay, so there can be, you know, 20,000 blocks of 25, basically. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So let's say Starstake did 10 billion in revenue.
Whoa, Byron, Dwayne, whatever we're gonna call you, Daddy Bear. You're assuming how much in revenue? Right now, you've made that much ever. This is false advertising. This is misleading advertising. This is, oh, it's DeFi, so it doesn't matter. Starstake is a company. We're talking about a company's balance sheet. This needs to be regulated, done through the SEC, if not yet on the market, done through qualified investors only. Be aware of the legality of this because it's insane what's being said here.
10 billion, hundreds, thousands, millions.
There's 10 billion.
Thousands, millions, billions.
The guy can't even work math. Just saying.
Times 4% is 400 million. And if you divide that by 20,000, it equals $20,000, guys. 20,000 is what it equals, which if you look at my projections over here, my hypothetical projections, I should say.
Ah, this is the first time he's saying hypothetical. Take a look at this. This is how this is being sold to people on private Zoom calls, private video calls. This is how this is being sold to people. This is insane that this is being done.
If you look at my hypothetical projections, 10 billion is $20,000 right here. Okay. If you had for every 500 staked, you would earn 600,000. And then of course you hit, if you ever hit 100 billion, for every 25 coin staked you have, you would earn $200,000. And for every 500 coin staked you had, you would earn $6 million. Okay. If that scenario happened.
I'm telling you, no one here is ever going to make even $2 for every 25 staked or 60 for every 500 staked, because this thing's never going to even make $1 million. I guarantee it.
We don't know. We don't know how much volume is going to go through Starstake. But I will say this, OpenSea did they were doing $5 billion a month in a very short amount of time. Now their volumes dropped down since then. And obviously when they were doing that volume, it was much different market times than we have right now.
No, Dwayne. So you didn't hear Peter in the last clip said market times don't matter. Remember, we're 6 months later, and we're 6 months later going from, NRGY DeFi. Let's see, in May. Look at this. We were $235 a coin in May, and right now we're sitting at $11 a coin. You're not supposed to say that out loud, Byron. You're not supposed to say, Byron, haven't you learned? You're not supposed to say that the external market conditions, because Peter said the external market conditions can't touch Starstake, can't touch NRGY, because it's a community.
When they were doing that volume, you didn't have the whole Luna thing, the FTX, and all this other stuff. So it was much different market conditions, I should say. But once that confidence builds back, and that...
Not once, if that confidence builds back. I think the wording is very important. It's if that confidence builds back.
Industry hits huge numbers again. And I think it can, because Starstake gives it a purpose. That's a big thing. So when that industry, the trust is really built back, I think you're really going to see the value, soar tremendously, because people start trusting Starstake, and they went on the platform because they saw somebody else that jumped off the diving board, and then that person saw somebody else and somebody else, and so forth and so on. And it takes a while for everybody to jump off the diving board. Some people have to look from the outside looking in, see how things are going.
Jump off the diving board, drink the Kool-Aid. Like I said, it's a cult, but there's no real numbers here. There's no bad case scenario. We're not talking about if Starstake never makes a penny, never gets a star, never gets anything. Just saying. Moving on.
They work themselves closer, and then they get involved, and bam, they want to tell everybody, and then bam, and more and more people. This is how things are built. So, we got to be realistic. Look,
this is the first time he's ever said in the last 7 minutes we've been listening to, you've got to be realistic. Let's listen to what we have to be realistic about.
For Starstake to do these bigger numbers, I think we're probably 1.5 to 2 years away, at least.
Got to keep pushing the goalpost, and you're going to notice that's the goalpost that's going to be pushed. We're going to listen to this update. Those of you that are looking and saying, what just happened today, being the 26th of December, 2022, I'm going to show you what just happened today. But the goalposts keep moving. When the goalposts keep moving, the Ponzi keeps going and keeps going down.
I don't think anybody will disagree. Now, we may get surprised, and Starstake may do massive volume in the first 6 months, and we go, holy smoke, what just hit us? That could happen. But, you shouldn't prepare yourself like that's what's going to happen. If that happens, man, God bless us. But you really got to prepare yourself that, energy, truth be told, to see its true value, we're probably a good at least a year and a half, 2 years out.
Now, remember, 6 months ago, they said it's 6 months away and stuff like that. The problem is the price has dipped so much due to external market pressures, which Peter, again, in our last clip, Peter said this wasn't going to affect this project. But due to the external market pressures, it's dipped so low. Yeah, let's continue.
And to see these really big numbers, let's call it monthly or whatever, you're probably 5 to 10 years out. You look at companies, for instance, Amazon, most people don't realize.
I think important. This is good. These are good disclaimers. These should be made to qualified investors, not to general market investors getting into crypto. You are buying a security, and an unregulated security that's not regulated by the Securities and Exchange Commission. This is the first disclosure that is going to take longer, and trust me, this is buried under the rah 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 rah. But I want to listen to this whole thing.
It took Amazon about 7 years before their true big evaluation caught up with Amazon. I mean, they went from like $30 all the way up to over 3,000, and they never looked back. I mean, it was incredible to watch, but it took them 7 years. But when they did it, it seemed like it happened very quickly. You also look at companies like Netflix. How many of you guys remember Netflix 10 years ago? You didn't have an app on your TV. Shoot, Netflix was a mail service for you to get movies in the mail. You pick your movie and they'd send it to you, and you'd watch the movie.
Again, what you'll notice is we like to compare this to other companies. This is not other companies. I mean, this is not even a company. NRGY itself is not even a company. Starstake's the company, which is still, with their NFTs, raising money illegally, and this is raising money illegally too, let's be brutally honest. But let's continue. I want to listen to the end of Byron's thoughts.
And the old DVD, right? You put it in the player, and then you put it back in the envelope, you'd send it back. Do you guys remember that? Netflix? Guys, that seems like yesterday, doesn't it? It really does. But since then, Netflix has grown, I mean, one of the biggest movers in history.
And Blockbuster died. That's me. Blockbuster died. Netflix innovated. What's funny is today, Netflix actually had a show. They put season 1 out. It's not related to any of this, about Blockbuster, and they just canceled season 2 of the Blockbuster show on Netflix.
Hey, Dwayne. Hey,
yeah.
Dwayne.
Yeah.
I just wanted to touch on something really quickly. Back a couple of days ago, I had a very open and honest conversation with one of my friends who's very, very active in the cryptocurrency community, and he and I were basically kind of just talking.
Now, I believe this is Peter. I'm going to let him finish out his statement, then we're going to move on. But let's listen to Peter
About basically what's been going on with crypto. And one of the conclusions that we came about is there's so many solid platforms that people can join and can get involved with, but the biggest issue and the biggest hurdle and the biggest problem that many people are facing right now is the fact that what has really gone on is that people have been essentially spoiled to what cryptocurrency has provided, right? So you see a lot of these coins have basically, and projects have gone up, drastically in value, and people are making millions, and all of a sudden they're losing hundreds of thousands of dollars. And then you see other things where people are getting these promises of 2 or 3 or 4%, a week, or 5% a week, right? And that is essentially what has created this false narrative in the cryptocurrency community of that is what is to be expected. But in reality, really, number one, there are no guarantees, because there is a tremendous amount of volatility in the crypto market, especially now. And the second thing is that there is no percentage that you can actually give to anything or to anyone, right? Or to any assessed value. So whatever is given, or whatever is basically earned, or whatever you receive is really should be considered a blessing of any kind.
I'm gonna stop it there, but that was Peter. We spoke to Peter. We spoke of Peter earlier, and let's talk about Peter's blessing of every kind over the max period of time. That's Peter's blessing of every kind. And remember, Peter said that, this is all immune from the wider crypto community in the scheme of things, but we're kind of up to date. I want to get a little bit more up to date, and I want to talk about the last 2 meetings that were had. And guess who showed up again in those last 2 meetings? There's this one guy that showed up again in those last 2 meetings that I want to talk about. We don't normally talk about him, but we don't talk about Alan. No, no, no. We don't talk about Alan. So now it's time to talk about Alan, our favorite CFTC friend. And he had 2 meetings, and these meetings went a little bit crazy. I'm not going to lie. And I've had people send me copies of these meetings. These meetings were not, keyword not recorded. And they did require, I'll show you this on the screen. I've got no problem saying that. Welcome NRGY holders to the call today. Our new customer support email address is NRGY@community@protonmail.com. Today's call is only for NRGY holders. They made people send in their address and everything like that. But I want to listen to the guy that we don't talk about. He's been disappeared since May, only talked through mysterious smoke signals, and we finally got, as of Christmas 2022, we've got Alan to come back, the guy that we don't talk about anymore. So I'm just going to fast forward till we get Alan on, because I want you to listen to Alan. And what we're going to do is we're going to listen together to the update, and I'm going to stop the update when I think there's something important that you need to know about Alan and about what Alan's saying.
Yeah, you're right.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you. It's been a while since I've had an opportunity to address all of you. We've been working with Chris at Starstake, communicating with him. We have been communicating with the development team, and I know many of you have had a little bit slow in terms of.
And I think that shows just how connected Starstake and NRGY and all of it is. It's all one thing. It's not separate. You don't have people that are not holding powers in Starstake that are holding powers in NRGY. It's all the same thing, but continuing on.
Getting some of the tech support issues resolved. It's solely because they've been doing a lot. They've been traveling, and but rest assured, we have 100% completion in terms of making sure that any tech issues that were addressed are.
You're hearing this. This is very similar to May, and this was done on the 23rd of December, and I've got another one from the 26th, which was yesterday, but we'll listen to both of them.
Always resolved by the tech team. I want to thank them for great work, and I want to go ahead and the plan I have for tonight is to, first of all, talk about
Talk about Alan.
The direction for NRGY, what we have, where we're going, and more importantly, to get more input from the community about some very important decisions that we need to make. These decisions are all of ours to make together under the goal and the aspiration that it should not benefit, one person, whether you're a large NRGY holder or a small one, and to preserve the value for the long term of the things that we're building. When we started this in February of 2021, it was.
This scam's been going on for a long time.
The idea behind Starstake was not Starstake, was behind NRGY, was to create a fair financial system that would spur the creation of an economy. And
that I'm sure the United States government would love to have a conversation with Alan about.
And that economy was a key feature to address one of the biggest problems that we're facing today, which is
and we're seeing it in the cryptocurrency market, and that is the reality that
I want to fill in what's going on the right hand side. We're seeing it in the cryptocurrency market, which is the reality that in order to be on this Zoom, you had to send in your address and they tied your anonymous crypto address to your name. Why do you do that? So you can bully people for leaving in the future. That's why you do that.
with most crypto, there's no growth, there's no engine, economic engine. And in many cases, when you buy a cryptocurrency, you have the same problem that the person that sold it to you had, which is you have to find a new buyer. And obviously those type.
That's interesting. That's going to come back around in about 15 minutes or so. That line he just said is something they don't want to talk about, which is one of their solutions to solving their liquidity problems. But again, so what we're looking at is we're looking at a problem, a solution call right now, is what I want to keep you updated on.
Of financial systems have an inherent weakness where there are always people pumping, there are always people trying to drive price up, and then there's always more losers than winners.
He just called the financial system, including his financial system, a pump and dump. Didn't say pumping, he didn't say the dumping side, but he just called it a pump and dump.
And from the beginning and very early on, when I talked to actually some of the people here on the call, what we decided is we really wanted something better. And that's why NRGY was created. It was created because we looked at what was happening in the cryptocurrency industry, and we felt that we could build not only a fair financial system, but also an economy linked to it that would provide an engine and do something very important, which was to combine both these things together.
You notice this is a lot of speak, not a lot of action, a lot of BS, a lot of buzzwords, a lot of everything like that. There's no actual call to action here. This is circular cult logic, which is being talked about right now. And anytime there is something numbers or that needs to be explained, I'm going to explain it to you as a journalist. But I want to listen to this in full, and I want to listen to the next one in full, because we need to hear from Alan, because Alan is the settled CFTC scammer who settled, again, only on a civil side, not on a criminal side. But I think it's interesting that he's pulling this shit again.
And so over the past 2 years, almost 2 years, we have strove to accomplish those goals. This year in particular has been very challenging for one very important reason. And that's one of the reasons that we all know is that the entire cryptocurrency industry has been affected.
But if you remember, about 30 minutes ago, Peter, who's one of the leaders here, said they're immune to the whole cryptocurrency industry. That's what they told people. So what's the truth here?
By companies like FTX and many others. And the market values and the liquidity in the market has been adversely affected. Now, when we set up to move from Ethereum to Polygon, we had no inkling that a year from now, we would be sitting here in an environment where FTX happens, where confidence.
Blame other people. They clearly said that none of the rest of the crypto could bring them down. You heard that from Peter. So we're changing tunes. You know why? Because they can't take responsibility themselves. Take responsibility that your product has failed, that you've taken too long, that you don't have 250 stars lined up with 50 million subscribers. You have none of that. Give up.
Is shaken, and where many people have had losses in the cryptocurrency industry. But what we have in value today is far greater. If we would have had this value 6 months, 12 months, 18 months ago, and I mean that value being the development, the important software development that we've done.
We ran so far behind that the crypto market fell over us, and now we're complaining we're going to have to wait for the whole market to recover, even though we said the entire market wasn't involved, and the entire market had nothing to do with us a half an hour ago. Peter Rohan said that, so they're lying again. Using outside factors to try and influence what they said, outside factors couldn't influence.
And the hard work of just a tremendous group of people, including the leaders of NRGY. I want to thank them for doing their best to communicate to share, to let people know about what we're doing, to build our community. And I want to thank them also for everything that they've done. That includes Dwayne and Peter and Dirk and many, many others.
Hey, look, we've now named the people that are involved. Dwayne, aka Byron Sneeringer, Peter Ohan, which I don't know if that's his real name, and Dirk, who runs the European version. The first three are over in the US along with Chris and them, but Dirk runs the European version of this scheme. And I've even seen, I'm actually in a group that's in a foreign language, I think it's in Dutch or another language like that, where they're pulling this same bullshit in their own language.
In terms of what
And of note, the people over in Europe couldn't actually watch this call because Alan didn't record this call. I have one of the only recordings of this call. I don't know why Alan didn't record this call or the next call we're about to do, but I bring it to you unedited as much as I can, and I'll provide commentary.
they've done, the confidence they've had in this project, and their kind, supportive words that they've sent to me and to others. And I want to thank all of you guys for that. Now, I'm going to, as we know, the problem that we're facing right now in the industry was, and we've all have suffered from it, was unexpected. However, the good news is that what we're building, this is an historic opportunity. And that these type of historic opportunities have only existed a few times in history. We all can know, and many of us are not old enough to remember, these type of market gyrations have happened before in the internet industry with the dot-com bust, only to see 2 or 3 years later the projects that had come through that tumult.
Now, before right now, I've actually busted a couple crypto scams in the past, and they've all gone on business. Their website's gone away and everything. I don't think this is going to exist in a year or so. These guys are going to run away. Hopefully to a place with nice metal bars, but I can't make that promise.
Time became some of the biggest companies in the world. And really what we're about is all about Web3. We're all about decentralization. And what the things that we're fostering and doing have bright outlooks. And though the short-term market may cause many people to panic or doubt that their decision, I have no doubt about the outcome of what we have. There are naysayers and critics, and
he has no doubt about the outcome of what we have. Anybody who needs this in the future, anybody who needs a copy of this, I will keep a copy of this on my YouTube channel. I will have it. If you need it to take these people to court in the future, feel free. Reach out. NoPantsProfits@gmail.com. Happy to provide anything I have. I have everything. I have everything. You see this? Don't like to show around much, but that's a server filled with all scammers stuff. So I have everything. So Alan just made a promise to all of you as investors. It's going to be successful.
Trollers and people.
Oh, troller. He called me a troll or a futter.
That want to bring cast doubt upon.
No, want to bring valid questions. What's happened, if you've looked at the Discord, if you're a member of the NRGY Discord, if not, go to one of Byron's Inferio Brings the Light, just click on the Discord button. I'll put their Discord link down below. They'll probably kill that link. But, go in and you'll see every time someone questions something, they get fudder, troll, these kinds of things. They're asking valid questions, like how can they get their money out? I'll tell you what's going on right now is they have a liquidity crisis. Alan's going to talk about it in a second. People have staked their coins for 40 weeks, and on week 41, they can unstake them. The problem is, if everyone unstakes and sells their coins on week 41, guess what happens to the price of the coin? It goes to zero. So they found a solution, which we'll get to, because I want to tell you what's really going on here.
A lot of good things that have come before. And what I believe and what I know is we have one huge advantage, and that's the people, the team, the people that we've brought together. And so I want to tell everybody that we're preparing for a future where your value is preserved, right? And not subject to a change. We don't want to be focused on the crypto market in particular. We want to be focused on the value of the idea of a fair financial system linked to a Web3 economy. And entirely that's what we have today. That hasn't changed. We're actually in tremendous uh, position. We have great things upcoming. I've talked to Chris over at Starstake. He is sharing with me some incredibly exciting news about the types of creators that are interested in the platform as well.
Then denounce them to people, because you're losing people left, right, and center. If you don't think you are, look at your own Discord. You're losing people left, right, and center. Your price has gone. But don't worry, they have a plan to move people to something new.
Well as the where we are in terms of getting this development, where he is getting the development done. I think Starstake put out a
Tries to say where we are, where he is. Yeah, Alan's doing it. You notice the where we are, where he is? Yeah, that's called a Freudian slip.
Wire episode here recently. I think it was published. I mean, if that doesn't make everyone here feel like we have value, I don't know what will.
Okay, so Starstake Wire. Let's talk about it for a minute. I don't want to go over it. I actually shot a 2.5-hour video on it, and my video card went weird. Starstake Wire. Now, Starstake's not trying to raise money right now, so I don't need to warn people about Starstake. The Starstake Wire, they paid a guy who was in the crypto industry to have a conversation with them about the future of crypto. Not about their project or anything like that. Led it in the ways of their project. Showed a whole bunch of stuff. Showed that everything got delayed. That we're probably looking at Valentine's Day before anything even thinks of launching. The game that was supposed to happen over December is not going to happen. A lot of stuff just delay. Nothing major. Some moving NFTs, but really nothing major. No announcement of stars. Nothing anything there. So yeah, go watch it yourself, but there's nothing there. I wasted 2.5 hours myself watching it, recording a video on it, and my video card went weird. So sorry, don't have that for you. But I'm not going to re-record it because they're not trying to raise money right now. But NRGY is definitely trying to raise money right now.
Having a talented team over at Starstake also gives us a lot of confidence as well. Now, many of you are concerned, we're understandably concerned about royalties, and we wanted to leverage this and scale this and in this historic moment in the economy. And instead of simply using royalties based on the coin, instead, we wanted to make sure that
Now, listen to this, because this is interesting. Remember, this was before they asked for community feedback. They gave everybody an email address, told them to email it, give community feedback. This is before they asked for community feedback. They announced an idea. That's the first time the community is hearing this as a whole. Maybe some of the higher leaders have heard this. This is the first time the community on this Zoom, the holders of NRGY, are actually hearing this. Pay close attention.
One of the concerns everybody had on how we were doing this thing, that we would enable holders to receive the true value for what they have algorithmically, programmatically, and
Fuck is this guy talking about? Algorithmically, programmatically. He's just using big words to make people think he knows how to rub two sticks together. Don't worry, later you're going to see he can't unmute himself in a Zoom session. I'm going to make sure that I have that in there for you, because it's so good.
I'm going to introduce to you here in a moment something very valuable that all of our NRGY holders are going to receive. And then in addition, I'm going to lay out for you some of the key decisions that have to be made. Now, and before I get into that, let's discuss the problem. The problem we have today is we have limited liquidity.
Right. So let me translate that for you. They have limited liquidity. Liquidity is they have more sellers than they do buyers. Hey guys, I just want to point something out to you. I think we talked about this earlier. Yeah. Hold on. This is when a Ponzi scheme fails. These schemes rely on the participation of new participants to keep operating. They often enforce buy and sell taxes to assume they can have their operations. The big problem is a successful couple of months. To be honest, a couple of months in DeFi seems like a long time. Yes. Yeah, guys, he's going to describe a Ponzi scheme right now. Not the smartest thing in the world to describe, but he's going to do it. So Alan Friedland describes a Ponzi scheme.
None of us envisioned when that this would be the case today. The good news is that there are many people that need to sell, and we need to put a process in place that allows them to do so. We need to make sure that whatever we do in terms of making adjustments on the current realities of the economy, that those adjustments are fair, agreed upon by the consensus of the community. And that is why what we're
Now, I want you to listen to this because this is before he asked the community for any feedback.
going to be doing is going over the next couple of days. I have set up an email for everybody here to go ahead and though we've talked to lots of people, and many people have gotten said things in the Discord group, and people have been panicking. What's important now is for us to be
In the Discord group, people have been panicking. As I told you, Alan is verified.
level-headed, to think clearly, and to make sure that your input is listened to. And so part of that process is to continue to get input. Now, I can tell you, we are from the input from the community members, we have a strong plan that's going to provide additional liquidity for people that need it today, and also preserve the value of our digital asset.
We're going to get into what that plan is. They're going to give the plan a little bit, but they didn't even fully describe to people. I'm going to describe to you exactly what they're going to do.
And that plan, I don't want to get into complete detail today because I think it's important that we get more, get everybody an opportunity to.
They don't care about your feedback. You don't matter. This is a dictatorship, not a community. It's not a community bank. It's none of that bullshit they're telling you it is. It's a dictatorship.
Weigh in. And so I've set up an email for everybody who would like to propose. We've had some different types of proposals. One of them is to eliminate the 25% unstaking fee. Other proposals involve other.
It's interesting that's the first one they went with. You'll see when we get to the next video. But I want to show you this. I want to show you this all in full so you can understand I'm not taking anything out of context here.
Aspects of rewarding people that are willing and are smart enough to take a long-term look at the prospects and are willing to be part of this over the long term and not be dissuaded by short-term market downturn. However, those of you that want to liquidate on the downturn can do so and have the right to do so.
He's saying that, but when you understand how they're actually going to do it, they didn't even tell people how they're actually going to do it. I'm going to tell you how they're going to do it because I got my people that ask questions and confirm that what I was saying is actually what they're going to do.
It has to be done in a way where we can't allow 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 people to liquidate our entire capital base of our project. That would just cause more problems. And
that's what you've done so far. Because your big wallets have sold, your little wallets have not.
No fair way to simply say, hey, let's everybody unlock and sell. Obviously, if that was the case, all of the funds in the platform, as far as our market value, could possibly, and though no one knows for sure, could go to zero.
This is the smartest thing Alan's ever said. If they unlock and they sell, everything is going to zero. And you know what's funny? They're planning for it to go to zero. They're literally planning for the value of the coin to go to zero. I give them credit. They're good scammers. They scammed on a dime. And you'll see what I mean by they're planning for the value of the coin to go to zero.
And only a few people would be the first people in, right? The people that know exactly the second and the time when that date occurs, those people would be able to sell. And it would obviously be unfair, not equitable. And so rather than that, I can tell you that we have a great plan to make sure that that does not take place. And but before we get into all the details of that, I think it makes sense for us to continue.
They already have a plan. This is all bullshit. This is stacked bullshit on bullshit on bullshit on bullshit on bullshit. And this is not a monetized channel, so I can say bullshit all I want. This is stacked bullshit on bullshit. They already have a plan here when they're asking people for a plan.
To get more input, and that's why I'm going to post into the chat the email address. And I want everyone over the next day, and on Monday, we need a little bit of time over the holiday weekend, but on Monday, what we'll do is we'll go ahead and we will share with you
And we're going to Monday next, right after this ends.
these communications from people. You will remain anonymous. Anything you send by email will not, your name will not be disclosed.
And we're going to see if they did that. Again, I'm going to play Monday in full as well. Last night in full as well, so you can see everything that's going on.
We will share with everybody what the email is. I'm going to go ahead and give that to you now. It's going to be NRGY community. Hang on, let me type it in. Community at proton.me.
Everybody can type faster than Alan, the programmer, genius extraordinaire can. Just want to say, 3 other people have typed in that period of time.
I already typed that in, Alan. Go right ahead.
And what this
You're
is
good.
going to do is it's going to make sure all of us have to come together. All of us need to be heard. Everyone needs to have a hand. But I can tell you, we got some really smart people who have come
And we're not going to listen to any of them.
together, and we have great solutions. So don't go to sleep tonight or over the holiday weekend, over Christmas, worried. It's not necessary. We have a great solution, and we'll be sharing more of not only some of the ideas that I've come up with and some of the great smart people on both sides of the team and in the community. And I can tell you, we have a huge amount of support. And I know it's Christmas time and there's all kinds of craziness going in the chat room. It's one of the reasons I don't go in chat.
There's all kinds of craziness going on in the chat room. You mean truth? When people ask questions, they say, fudding, fudding, fudding. They were told they were supposed to be able to unlock on the 23rd. This is the 23rd. They can't sell their coins. It's FUD! FUD-tastical! So much FUD! FUD-testicles! Everything like that.
Because people tend to post things and do things and say things sometimes that they would never say or do or post in person.
Well, I'm in person right now, wearing no pants, where all you got left to lose is your shirt. And I'm saying everything I'm saying, Alan.
And so we have to kind of discount that. And there's other people out there, they're trying to undermine and destroy and belittle and make fun of the serious and important work and what we built. And obviously,
it's called report on, Alan. Report on.
Can't allow those people, the critics that don't count, to affect the outcome of what we have. And it's important for people to be able to express themselves.
Thank you, Alan. It's important for me to be able to express myself. Thank you. I'm going to express myself as a journalist. I'm covering what's going on here. So thank you, Alan, for understanding it's important for me to express myself.
That's a natural thing. But at the same time, many of these people have no stake. I asked everybody to go ahead and submit your NRGY address because many people you're receiving this negative feedback from are trolling. They're simply not part of our community.
Hey, Alan, you know what's fun? I own some NRGY. I own some of the Mission Series 1 NFTs. Why? Because I saw this coming. Good luck, baby.
They're against what we're trying to do. I don't understand fully why they're against it, but they are, okay? And so...
I'm against it. I want to answer you, Alan. I'm against it because here's the real honest truth. You're a scammer. You're a scumbag. You're lying to people. You're a criminal, civilly speaking. You're a criminal. You haven't made it right with the people that you defrauded last time. You've taken hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars from people. Crypto, Bitcoin, Ethereum, things like that are not going to succeed when scammers like you give crypto a bad name. Alan, there's your answer. Why do I go after this? Because it's a Ponzi scheme. You want to tell me it's not a Ponzi scheme? NoPantsProfits@gmail.com. Let's have a conversation. Man to man. I invite you. When I try and have a conversation with Chris, I get blocked. Get thrown out. Let's have a conversation why this isn't illegal. I'd love to know. Let's have a conversation why this isn't a Ponzi scheme. Let's have a conversation why Starstake hasn't launched for 2 years. Let's go ahead, Alan. But you're not the man. You're not the man here. You sit and you hide behind not even turning your camera on. Let's do this, Alan. Come on.
There have been many people that have suffered losses in many projects, and it's easy to throw the baby out with the bathwater. And it's easy for us to get into negative mindset. But I want everyone to be reassured that we have something of great, great value. Energy is not going anywhere. This
NRGY is not going anywhere. I mean, it is going somewhere, I agree. NRGY is going in the toilet. That's where NRGY is going. But let's continue.
project is alive, vibrant, and well, and we will have our day in the sun. And I believe that sunshine is sooner than later. Okay.
But he's going to say 3 years out. He says it's sooner than later, but every time he's asked to give a timeline, you're going to see in the next video, we're going to play 2, 3, 4, 5 months away. Can't ever give a timeline.
So I'm going to go ahead into the announcement of what we're going to do.
Remember, he hasn't even gotten people's feedback yet. I'm not cutting this. This is just me hitting spacebar, pausing it. He's going to tell you what they're going to do before they even get any feedback.
And this, I think, is really great news for everybody. And what we're going to be doing is to focus on the future, which is Web3. What we have created is an NFT that enables the holders of energy, okay, to receive their value and receive, instead of royalties based on a coin, receive their access to the output and the returns from the soon to be burgeoning creator economy.
Okay, interesting. I'm going to get far more into the depth, but what they're doing is they're driving this coin price to zero. I think literally while we're on this call, no, 6 hours ago, we're at 69 is the all-time low, 1069. 1083 is the current price. They're going to milk this down to zero. If you have any of the coin, you don't want to have any of the coin, and then they're going to turn it into an NFT once they milk it down to zero. That's what they're pretty much admitting right here.
This is going to enable holders to receive NFTs, asset-backed NFT bucks.
That's an asset-backed security, Alan. You're not supposed to say these things. Haven't you learned this? Haven't your lawyers taught you? Hasn't the CFTC taught you anything for the SEC? Asset-backed security.
That will be liquid, and you'll be able to purchase new products and services with.
Perfect thing. He's saying there's an NFT that's liquid. Let's talk about liquidity in NFTs real quick, if I can pull this up. OpenSea. Let me open up my OpenSea. Now, oh, here it is. It's already here. This is the Mission Series 1 NFT. And we've got them right here. Didn't have it up beforehand. And you'll see they're talking about having an NFT. Now, they sold 7,000 of the Mission Series 1 NFTs. We've got 369 there, 5% unique owners. And let's take a look how many sales have ever happened of the Mission Series 1 NFT. There have been 2. Ever. Done 4 hours ago. By the same people. Someone bought 2 of them. For a little bit more than they were actually listed for. But, 2. As of before I started shooting this video, there were 0 that had ever sold before. So yeah, there's not liquidity if nobody wants to buy it. I think that's the important thing. In order to have liquidity, you must have both buyers and sellers. If you don't have buyers, the sellers can't sell for shit. Continue on.
And you will be able to also sell those and get that cash for the people that want it, need it, and want to use it to purchase things in the economy. So all of the energy holders with 25 coins or Energy for 500 coins will get the NFT drop NFT. This NFT drop NFT will be given to you. And what this is, an asset, and you can, for every 25 coins, it doesn't matter which wallet you have them in. You don't have to worry if you have 75 coins in one wallet and 25 in another. For each 25 coins, you are going to receive this NFT drop NFT. And what this NFT drop NFT does is it programmatically locks you in to the, instead of royalties based on coin, it programmatically locks you in to NFT buck drops and NFT drops from brands. We have lots of.
Yes, so what they're saying is they're going to drag the price down to 0 by transitioning the coins into NFTs.
Interest from different brands that want to use NFTs to create incentivized communities. And so this NFT literally is your ticket. And if you have 4 25 coin amounts in staking, you will get 4 of these coins. If you have 500 coins, you will have 25 plus an additional 500 coin NFT. So these NFTs are going to be yours. You can, on exchanges, you can sell these by depositing in a 25 coin NFT. You can deposit 25 energy coins, put them up for sale, and the person that purchases it can also now receive the benefit of the creator economy. So this is really, really exciting. These NFTs will be authorized.
They're just taking something with value and giving it no value. They're removing the price from the coins by turning them into NFTs. Think about that for a second. That's what's going on.
Monthly to make sure that there is assets backing up their value. And it is absolutely going to provide great value for everybody. Now, if you choose, many of you have received tremendous amounts of additional coins, and you can then convert those into this drop. You'll have these NFT coins, and you can do with them, and you can resell them. And as this creator,
remember though, to resell them, the NFT must have value. It has shown that the Mission Series 1 NFTs until 4 hours ago had no value, and they're both bought by the same person for not double, like 1.5 times the original cost.
As these other brands come in and drop to the holders of this NFT, this value, we believe, has a bright outlook, and will be valued based upon that economic activity. And it's forthcoming during this in 2023. So we will be getting into specifics on that on Monday night at 9 p.m. In addition, we will be sharing with everybody the feedback of everybody, and
be interesting to hear if they share that. That's the next video we have coming up. In this same video, I want this to be long because I want to share the whole thing. So it's the next video we have coming up.
The current proposed plans for energy, and then we will and what the consensus is. So we'll take the next couple days for everyone to have a great weekend, to know that you have nothing to be afraid of when it comes to energy, that your choice is going to be a community choice of what we think is best for all, that no single person or actor or person is going to do things that just benefits.
Now, was there a vote? Was there a DAO? Was there anything like that? No, there wasn't. They're just going to dictate this same thing on Monday night, which we have a recording of.
Them, and that you're going to be heard and listened to. So I'm going to tell you that once again, we will give out a detail on Monday at 9 p.m. of the new NFT drop NFT. It's going to provide great value to all of you, as well as all of us. And we'll discuss how that you can use that for both getting liquidity, as well as how you can, lock in and use Web3 to realize the incredible, exciting year that we're going to have.
It's just buzzwords. There's nothing there.
this year. So I'm going to go ahead now and just please, repost in the email. Let's all, I hope everyone now feels a little bit better. I know a lot of people say, where is Alan? What's he doing? Alan,
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. You know what that means. Since he asked that, it's time for another bit of a song. Because you gotta remember, we don't talk about Alan, no, no, no. We don't talk about Alan. But it was my minting day. We were getting ready and there wasn't a cloud in the sky. No clouds allowed in the sky. Alan walks in with a mischievous grin. Thunder, you're telling the story, or am I? Okay, sorry. Bad singing. Let's go back, because Alan is back.
has been here the whole time. I'm not going anywhere. I know there's been some community leaders that have felt like that they're not being heard and have expressed frustration. I know there's been some of that has gone on, but at the same time, this is not about one person, one community leader, myself. It's about the idea that brought us all together to begin with. It brought Chris over at Starstake together. It brought all the team that we have. It brought everybody together, and everybody here has, we've talked. No one has any doubt about the outcome. The only thing that can stop us.
I have doubt about the outcome. Major doubt about the outcome. I have many people who have come to me with major doubt about the outcome. The reason I came back to this after Builder DeFi is about 2 months ago, someone came to me with doubt. And I started digging. Yeah, there's doubt. You call it FUD in your communities, but there's major doubt.
Is the negative mindset, unfortunately, the despair and the pain, the real pain that people are feeling. I know many of you are disappointed. All of us.
Well, that's a fucking understatement.
We're hoping that this December, that there would be a great opportunity for all of us who have been in this project.
You haven't launched your product. You haven't launched your 1D app that's supposed to prove revenue and supposed to prove everything. That's why people are leaving. That's why your own people are leaving. That's why people are selling. Sorry, Alan.
Have staked our coins to have the opportunity to get some liquidity, to pay off some bills, to buy the home, to do the things that we want to do. And I know it's extremely disappointing, but the entire industry is disappointing us.
But remember, rewind back about an hour, where Peter said the industry doesn't matter. Starstake, NRGY lives without the industry. Just remember that.
And unfortunately, we've been caught into this too. And but to be rest assured, it will come back. And I'm talking about the values. We're all about providing value. And I think we have the tools, the assets, the people in place to, and all of us together. I think that value is assured over the long term. Now, we're not going to say, well, next month, next week.
Well, because we're done giving we're done giving timelines, because timelines don't mean anything. This project was supposed to be launched in May. Supposed to be launched in December before that. Just look back at the history of Starstake. Chris was brought on as an employee. The big people here, Alan, Dwayne / Byron Sneeringer, they're one person, and Peter Ohan. Those are the money guys here.
This is going to happen. And I know some of the expectations of getting, for example, different projects that we put out have not been met. But that's only been because of the fact that this is a hard thing to do. It is hard, okay? It is very, very difficult. You can't imagine the complexity.
It's almost like turning off your mute button on Zoom, which you'll see in a second, because that is very complex for Mr. Alan Friedland.
The difficulty, the technical expertise, and the type of just talent that's necessary to do this very challenging thing. And if, God blesses us with the ability to fulfill this and to do
This is a cult leader, guys. This is a cult leader. You're in a cult. This is a cult leader. I want to let you know that.
this, those of us that are in this are going to have the great satisfaction of having doing a great service, not only to all of you, but to the world. I mean, it's that important. So I want to thank all of you. I want you to know that a lot of times the communication hasn't been that good. I constantly am seeing what's going on, but I also know that, I'm unfortunately, in a situation where we have to stay focused and we can't get caught up into sideshows and things that don't happen. Now, the data
Sideshows and things that don't happen, like Starstake. Starstake hasn't happened. Let's talk about those 250 stars. I guarantee you there would not be a single star with 50 million YouTube subscribers. I will guarantee you there won't be a single star with 1 million YouTube subscribers.
and the things that we promised, I see a little comment about that. We had to focus on infrastructure. If we had to create an individual business every single time.
Business? Wait, this isn't a business. This is a DeFi platform.
I've gone ahead and created economic opportunity. We will do better job at sharing that expertise with Web3 with other developers. But the only way we could get this done is to make sure that an infrastructure was in place that could allow us to scale, not just one or two or three small businesses, but to tens of thousands of businesses.
He's promising things he can't do again. Just saying.
And that's where we're at today. It's not about one DApp or the next. It's literally about having an infrastructure that can allow for that type of scaling. And I can tell you, we have that in what we built. So rest assured, it's not a matter of one DApp or two DApps. It's a matter of scaling. It's a matter of bringing on new brands and new businesses. And we have
new brands. They don't have a single brand on right now. The NFL Alumni Association. That's all we know, which is one player, Ian Beckles. I'll admit to you, that's probably going to be one of the first profiles other than Chris's wife, Shang Belante. Ian Beckles will be the second profile there, which is a retired, washed-up NFL player who got thrown off of his own radio show. Read his Wikipedia. It's really interesting.
The infrastructure and the technology in place that is going to make that happen. Okay. So what we'll do is please go ahead and email your comments, suggestions, ideas, criticisms, to.
All right, a new character enters, and this is where Interpool might be want to get involved. So far, all the characters that we've met here are from the U.S. This is Dirk. He leads the European NRGY group, also in foreign languages. And let's listen to Dirk a little bit, because Dirk's an interesting guy. I'd like to hear more of Dirk, but Dirk, you're also welcome on the channel, nopantsprofits@gmail.com. If you want to come on, talk, tell me where I'm wrong. Happy to have you on. Anybody from the Starstake team. nopantsprofits@gmail.com.
To this email, and we will huddle up over the weekend. We will huddle up. All of you can reach out to people, and we will come together and create a very united and more than satisfactory outcome. Okay.
Hey, Ellen,
I'm going to
ask you one thing?
end it. I think Dirk is talking. I can't really hear him.
I hope,
Ellen, somebody unmute Dirk so he can talk real quick.
I think I'm unmuted. Can you hear me, Ellen?
Possibly. So, wait, let me see if I can do it. Hang on.
I am unmuted. Can you hear me? Maybe less this.
I think he wants
Yeah, we hear you, Dirk.
Alan, the main leader of the technological side of Starstake, can't unmute somebody on a Zoom.
Awesome. Hey, Ellen, I just have a.
Dirk, I don't see a microphone on you.
Yeah, I am
don't know
unmuted.
if it's your mic
I am
or
unmuted.
the system here.
Alan can't run Zoom. Alan can't run Zoom. Do you really trust him to build the most revolutionary NFT platform in the world? He can't run Zoom.
So
And
it's
it's- yeah, I just don't see. I
Alan,
can't unmute you, unfortunately.
He's unmuted. Alan,
okay.
Dirk is talking.
All
He's
right.
unmuted.
So what we're gonna do?
You want to see how bad communication is inside this company / not company / whatever they want to call themselves today. DeFi company DeFi, whatever. They can't unmute one guy from a Zoom conversation.
Oh, he is unmuted.
I am
Are
unmuted.
you hearing him?
Hello,
Okay.
hello.
I'm not hearing you. All right, Dirk, go ahead. My apologies. It's my
Okay, yeah, no worries. I hope you can hear me, or maybe somebody else can repeat it. But can you recap what what people are expected to do? So we have this email address. So what can they do? Can they write to the email address their suggestions or their wishes, or what? So that it is clear what people can.
When you wish upon a Dirk, your dreams come true.
Write to that email. And another thing is what I noticed in the community is that there are some support issues. Can they use this email address also to address their support issues that they can get solved? I think that will give some rest of peace for the Christmas for people that they're taken care of in a way of support. I think that is important. Can they use the email for that as well? Did somebody hear me?
Yes, you can use that.
Okay.
Yes, go right ahead. That email address goes to our development team, and Alan will be overseeing all of that. So
Super.
if there's any questions that we can't answer, we'll definitely go to the source and get that answered for
I
you.
think
Okay?
that will make I think that will make a lot of people happy and create some ease and peace in the community. And
So-
for ideas is what they can contribute for the future of energy, because it's all of us. So what can they ask? Hey, ideas of unstaking or their personal wishes and ideas. Okay, so that is clear for everyone here.
Yeah, certainly we're not in the Q&A section yet. I'm not sure if Alan had finished his presentation.
No.
They're not in the Q&A section. I think let's go over, because I want to read some things to you. Is people had legitimate questions that Alan never answered. Can you explain how NRGY coin supports Minter in the energy ecosystem? When the next Minter airdrop takes place. Big believer. I've staked since week 4. Can really see the potential. Even more, can we get that out? Someone asked very simply, they said, can you explain why it says rewards are only created when new liquidity is added? If new liquidity is not added, then weekly rewards decline. They can't really say that. Can you use NRGY can you use NRGY in the energy ecosystem other than Minter for Starstake? Propose solutions in email. He didn't answer a single one of these questions. And I think, I think the simple thing is they said, when more DApps are built on the energy ecosystem, the higher chance of good royalty rewards, and anyone making energy, long-term project, not your quick fly-by-night cryptos. And someone asked straight up, they said, when it says there's no liquidity, there's nothing new that comes in, rewards go away. That's also answered. And someone literally said, if no liquidity is added, the rewards decline. It should be fairly obvious. Rewards can only be paid out if there's enough activity in the system. You can't conjure money out of nowhere. Alan didn't answer any of those questions.
No, it's not a Q&A, but I just want to recap here that people that are listening to this know what they can do and how they can use this. So we have an email, and there's a lot of people from Europe that are asleep right now, but I can recap this tomorrow for them and give them the email address and say, hey, you can write to this email your support issues, and please contribute your ideas that, and with all the ideas that come in, I'm sure that you and Ellen, you're a fantastic brain in this, and I'm super happy and grateful that you're here and taking the time to do this. And I'm fully confident in what's going to happen. So that is great. And that also that you take the time to listen to the community, and that I'm pretty sure 100% sure that you will do what's best for energy and what's best for the whole community. And I think that is important, that we all have a vision for the long run, but I know you have that. So awesome. This is all I wanted to say, recap, and awesome. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Dirk.
I think it's a great Zoom. I love the plan, Alan. Good job.
Yep.
Okay, thank you. I apologize. I couldn't hear. My headset went out. I want you guys to have a great Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and bless you all, and thank you. And we'll convene on Monday, and we'll have a great meeting. Looking forward to it.
Ciao. Merry Christmas, everyone.
All right, so we'll stop that there, and let's go to Monday. Now, Monday is a little bit shorter, but it kind of goes over a similar amount of things. This was actually today, a few hours ago, and this is where they lay out the plan based on everybody's feedback. So I want you to listen to the plan, and I am going to translate the plan when it comes my turn to translate the plan. So here we go.
All right, we're going to start about 20 seconds. I'm going to transfer you back to the host, Savan.
I apologize this video is going long, but I do want to show it all in one shot, and trust me, it's less than watching all these on your own.
Okay, welcome everyone. Let me go ahead and unmute Alan here now. one thing really quick, Dwayne, if we make Alan the host, as far as people coming in at the last minute, they won't be able to come.
These people really can't handle technology, which really makes you question how they're going to handle a Web3 platform that is revolutionary and mind-breaking.
And since Alan will have the control for the host, so therefore we would not be allowed to let anyone in unless Alan admits them. So let me know how you want to do that. Let me just go ahead and there's more people that's joining right now. We want to get them on before I transfer the hosts over to Alan, and then we'll go ahead and get started here.
Give it a second.
Yeah, you don't have to transfer him the host. Just ask him to unmute.
Oh, yes. There you go. Perfect. Yeah, I found a solution. There you go. Because I'm testing it on you right now. So in that case, let me go ahead and ask Alan to unmute.
And I'm going to go mute, but
we don't talk about Alan.
Ask me to unmute to speak later.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. All right, Alan. Go ahead and get started.
So you'll notice Alan doesn't like going on video anymore. I wonder why. Just saying.
And you might want to unmute your phone, Alan.
Okay.
I can hear you loud and clear. Welcome, Alan.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. And first of all, I want to thank everybody that sent emails in. There was a good number of emails, and about half of them were like some specific requests, how to unstake. I'm going to go over that about for people that want liquidity, how we should manage that, what the recommendations are. We've been listening.
I want you to remember, he said that he would read out everybody's responses and read out everybody's emails. That's what he said.
To lots and lots of folks, have a great, exciting plan. I think it's going to be, the more I talk to people about it, the more enthusiastic they are. And there's good reason to be. I talked with Chris over at Starstake, and I don't know if you guys have been up to date on the latest Starstake Wire episode, but it's on the, lots of things are happening, lots of positive stuff.
But there's no stars and there's no staking.
So the state of what we're building has never been better. I had a good community member said to me, "Hey, Alan, what do you think would have happened if when we started NRGY, if we had had Starstake at the beginning?" And I said, well, there would have been no reason at all at this point for anyone to be interested in selling, right? Obviously, we would have had a great market cap and value, but obviously we didn't realize at the beginning the best way to build an economy or the best way to do this. And so part of it has been a process of trying things, building, doing, trying again, build it, see how it looks, and then make sure that the functionality is there. And the reason that we went so focused on one particular project rather than a bunch was that going this direction provided an infrastructure for us to scale to hopefully tens of thousands of independent entrepreneurial brands and enterprises. And so
it's all buzzwords. There's nothing concrete here. It's just circular talking, circular logic, circular cult logic. There's nothing here. You saw 5 minutes ago, these fools couldn't control a Zoom meeting. They couldn't figure out how to let people in the doors of a Zoom meeting. And you think they're going to build the world's greatest NFT platform. Give me a fucking break.
That is the goal, right? Not to open up one or two businesses that want to access the energy community. So I think we have that in place. And in fact, I know that we do. I also want to tell you that the challenge that we're facing in the crypto market, we have a solution that's fair. What we don't want to have happen.
Remember, Peter said hour and 20 minutes ago, crypto market didn't matter. Don't you remember that?
Is where the people that want to sell, only a few people, maybe some people that know a little bit sooner exactly the time when.
Because people are ringing a bell. Just saying. Pavlov, kind of amusing.
The unstaking is going to happen, or maybe people that have more coins that can take more money out. What we want to do is we want to preserve the project for the long term, allow people that, and toward the goal of making sure that this is done in an orderly, impartial, and fair manner. And that's what the plan that we have that's come from the community has been brought forth. And I think it's going to work.
There's no evidence of it coming from the community, and they don't actually even explain it properly to the community, which is, I am going to explain to the energy community exactly what OTC or over the counter is. So we'll get there.
Extremely well. And when you look at what we're about to provide to people going forward, and what you're going to receive, I think you're going to be really, really pleased, because everything we do is designed to get community support, have you, the majority, a consensus among our community as far as how to provide the best opportunity for value. Okay. So first of all, we will go through the unstaking of energy. Everybody will be, the unstaking will be easy. We will then set up another contract on Polygon for.
The unstaking will be easy. Doesn't explain how, who, what, where, when, why. It will be easy, like an easy bake oven. The unstaking will be a light bulb that you'll then cook some cookies, and you do it. It'll be easy. Doesn't actually explain when, where, anywhere like that. It'll just be easy.
Those people that want to sell, okay, and you'll be able to do it directly from the same UI that you've been staking. Keep in mind, most people bought on energy on Ethereum. They did not buy the Polygon coin. They migrated and staked over on Polygon. And most people I've talked to have told me they have 4 times the amount of coins, 3 times the number of coins. 2.5 times the number of coins that they.
Yeah, because that's a Ponzi scheme. Those people are only going to be able to sell those coins if new suckers come in. There's no liquidity to sell them. He's literally again admitting to a Ponzi scheme.
Originally started with, when they included the bonuses, the rewards, and many people have even, they've been in it for a long time, have even greater than that. So what we want to do is we want to make sure that that value is preserved. So one of the proposals originally when we built this was that when you unstaked, you're going to have to pay a 25% unstaking fee.
You're going to pay a lot more than that in this plan. They don't want to tell you that, but you're going to pay a lot more than 25% in this plan.
Right. And after talking to people about this, we feel due to the limited liquidity that's available right now, as well as the fact that it's not time for us to think about diminishing, we want to increase. And so part of that thinking is to make sure that this 25% unstaking fee is not assessed on anybody that wants to unstake. So what does that mean? That means you're going to have more. And then you're going to see in a moment how this more.
You're going to have more energy, but the energy is going to be worth less. Did I say worthless or worth less? Worthless, worth less. Did I say energy is going to be worth less or worthless? Worth less? Well, okay, we'll go back to that.
Is going to translate into a tremendous value proposition for you. So first, if you do unstake, there will only be, and this is the consensus of the community, there will only be a 7.5% burn, and that will be the only deduction when you unstake out of the contract.
So you're going to have 7.5% burn. So 92.5% of your coins. If you have 100 coins, you're going to have 92.5 coins. Now, what those coins can actually sell for is what they're not going to tell you. But I am going to tell you.
Okay. So I think that's going to be something that's going to be a plus, a positive. And in addition, people that remain staked and do not unstake, there'll be an additional minting of additional coins over the next 12 months that people who stay staked.
Of course, we got to make more coins. It's not a Ponzi unless you print more. Because remember, if you print more without new money coming in, then every coin's worth less and everybody has less money over the scheme of things. Ta-da! Especially when stuff gets starting to collected for taxes and everything like that. Not like income tax, because trust me, no one's declaring income tax here. Let's make sure, these guys need to get reported to the IRS. Because I'm sure they didn't pay income tax on their business on the $700,000 they took in for the NFT on Starstake.
Additional 25% that will be minted for people that stay in the staking contract. So this way it incentivizes people to do what they should do. These building things.
You got to make the scheme last longer. So we have to reward the people that are still willing to stay in the scheme. Now, I would love to tell you to get out of the scheme, but I understand how the getting out is going to work because they have to provide liquidity. So we'll talk about how they're going to provide liquidity. I think that's interesting.
That are as grandiose, incredible, disruptive, and amazing as the projects that our community has been working on. Those types of projects sometimes, and
none of those projects have launched. I think that's what's important. I mean, we're literally... Sorry, I'm pulling something up. None of those projects have even launched. So it's like, you're talking about projects that aren't real, that haven't launched. So I don't know how much we can really trust here in the scheme of things. I'm getting something ready because I want to compare some stuff in a second. But let's go back to that video. Right,
are complicated, they're hard to do, and they take time. There isn't, and especially during challenging environments like we're facing today. So, however, you can all see some of the great work of the products and services that are part of NRGY and have been built from, and what they've done. And so you can look at that and take comfort.
Nobody's seen anything because nothing's launched. There's no royalties, there's no revenue, there's nothing.
And the fact that we're gonna do something here, I'm gonna announce tonight that for everyone in the community that I think is going to give you a sense of really the real value
to preserve that value and to reward you for being one of the first founding people to have been in the energy community. And so, and like I said, that you'll look back a year or two or three from now, and you will.
Now we've gone 3 years. Remember, he said it's going to come quicker than anyone expects in the last minute. Now, we've never heard 3 years. Now we're a year 2, 3. Year two or 3. We went from 6 months to a year or 2 or 3, year 2 or 3 or 4, year 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. You know, that's what's going to happen here.
Be one of the few founding people who got into this project very, very early at its earliest developmental stages. So first of all, you will get the way this was going to work going forward. And before I get into that, I just want to also apologize for the lack of communication in a lot of cases.
Yeah, Alan. I wonder why Alan hasn't communicated. Because we don't talk about Alan. No, no, no. We don't talk about Alan.
Also, people that were having tech support issues. I've been communicating with the development team to make sure that those issues were fully resolved. Please email if you're still having an issue. Just go ahead and use this NRGY community@protonmail.me email, and please go ahead and forward any specific issues to that email, and we'll make sure that the tech team gets it. And we're going to follow up, make sure. But I do believe the vast majority of things have been addressed, as they always have. Sometimes it takes a while, but they always get addressed. And furthermore, I'm going to go through how the selling process is going to work on your UI.
He does a terrible job explaining how the selling process is going to work, but we're going to listen to him, and then I'm going to show you how the selling process is going to work.
You'll be able to see here very, very soon, as soon as the development team launches this new contract, a place where you can put coins up for sale, and you'll be able to do it directly from the UI. And what this is going to do is it's going to put you in a queue with other people in the community that also want to sell.
All right, so this is what you call OTC. I want to go over OTC with you right now. I want to talk about OTC and how OTC works in crypto. So we're going to talk about OTC, and then you're going to listen to this. They never mention OTC, but that's what this is. What is OTC? Over-the-counter trading desks play an essential role in the crypto industry, but few understand why they're important, how they work, what separates one from another. We want to provide you information on how it works. Similar to their counterparts in traditional finance or DeFi, OTC desks deal with volumes. So what OTC does is, instead of you having to go from an exchange, there are two basic ways: an exchange and over the counter. So what are OTC markets? In an exchange, if you go to Sushi Swap or Pancake Swap or whatever swap you've got, Quick Swap, you're exchanging and there's a liquidity pool. Now, what they lack is they lack liquidity in their liquidity pool. Now, why do they lack liquidity in their liquidity pool? Well, because if we take a look, they are selling the Ethereum-based energy coin for $11.18, and the Polygon-based energy coin,
Okay.
and the Polygon-based energy coin is $454.04. So what OTC allows you to do is, it is a trade that happens directly between two parties. So what's going to happen is, if you want to sell your energy tokens this way that Alan is describing, and again, he has not described this, he will not describe this, but I'm going ahead and I am describing this for you, you will be selling from person to a person. So you will list your coin, you will list how much you want to sell your coin for, and someone will have to buy your coin. This is not magic, you're going to sell your coin. The OTC desk happens directly between two parties, with one of those parties actually being a desk, a business dedicated to the buying and selling of a particular asset class. Two parties agree on a price and then work out the transfer between themselves. They are building a contract to allow you to say, I want to sell you energy, and we're going to say the energy they're selling is going to be on the Polygon side. I have some energy worth $454.04 a coin. And I want to sell it to you. Well, if I want to sell that energy to you that's worth $454, well, you're going to want to buy it for less money. How much less? Nobody really knows, but here's the thing. If you can buy the equivalent coin for $11.18, which they're clearly going to say in a few minutes that you actually can, and they can't stop that because the contract's already written, then why would you ever pay any more than $11.18 for a coin that someone has that's $454? So I could offer like $9 to buy a whole bunch of coins from someone. Now, the person who's selling is not going to be very happy selling a $450 asset for $9, but that's exactly what OTC is and how OTC works, or over the counter, where two parties agree on a price, work out the transfer of assets, which is what happens in a smart contract. And what's important is this stabilizes the price. When you are trading person to person, you're saying, I'm going to give you US dollars, I'm going to give you USDC on Polygon, or I'm going to give you Matic on Polygon. You are agreeing, and you're doing a handshake saying you're going to give it for that amount. It never hits an exchange, so the price never changes. Why they're doing this, this is the main goal, is so that people can sell a boatload of coins from person to person without changing the price on the main exchange, but they have to be willing to take an amount. They have to agree. So here's where it comes down to. Again, remember, NRGY on Polygon, which is where everybody's staked right now, is $454 a coin. NRGY, where you can buy it right here, is $11.18 a coin. Why would you ever pay more than $10 a coin here to actually own these coins? Valid question that I'm asking. I'd love a valid answer. Again, nopantsprofits@gmail.com if you have an answer for what's going on there. But let's go ahead, let's listen back. But this is an OTC market where you're pairing up a seller with a buyer, and a seller is going to have to continually drop their price until a buyer is interested in making that purchase. So let's go ahead, let's go back and let's listen here to the pitch.
All right. And there's two ways of approaching this. One would be first come, first serve. And I think everyone has come to the realization that that's going to do nothing but provide a very over-competitive and possibly damaging race and some people with.
So the second option is a race to the bottom. So if you don't have first come, first serve, you have race to the bottom, but we'll see.
Access to more information, would know exactly what time to get out, and other people maybe a few minutes late, and other people with a lot of coins and that's just not going to be a fair process, nor is it going to be something beneficial to the community, right? So instead of doing that, we're going to create a contract that's going to be accessible directly off your UI, and you can put.
The UI is the website you're using right now for doing this, for staking and everything like that. And again, this is called an OTC, or over-the-counter contract. They will never tell you that's what it's called. That's what it is called, and they're going to allow you to list your coins for sale to other users, and you're going to have to price it low enough so someone's willing to buy it, and they might say it's only worth $9, not $453.
Your offer, the number of coins you wish to sell, as well as the price you're willing to take. And it's going to be a very simple process. As to start with, we're going to take 20% of the liquidity on Polygon, and we're going to put it into this contract, and we're going to go ahead and get. And by the way, this liquidity is coming to the contract, so you're going to be able to put your orders in, what you want to sell at, and keep in mind, it's going to be not on the first come, first serve basis, but literally who's offering at the lowest price. So
race to the bottom. You're all like, oh, I'm going to get liquidity, I'm going to get out of here. Alan admits this is a race to the bottom. Think about that for a second. OTC, race to the bottom, person to person. This is an OTC exchange. What a crypto OTC is the trading of crypto assets between two parties. The trade can be crypto to crypto, crypto to fiat. With all OTC markets, there's always a dedicated trading desk, which is going to, there's always a dedicated trading desk, which is going to be used by the smart contract that's going to be on your UI or on the screen that you actually manage your staking on. And yeah, the idea is it's person to person, and what it won't do, it won't move this price. This price has already taken a nice, oh God. Yeah, it's already taken a really nice, there was a time when this was worth a lot more than it was today. So we can even go by days. Let's refresh it. We'll go by days. We can kind of see. There was a time when this was worth a lot more than it was actually worth overall. But yeah. Oh God, yeah. Yeah, there were times. There were times when it was worth $600-700, and as people try and sell off, so why they're trying to go with this over the counter is it stabilizes the price. And what they're going to say later on is eventually these two prices, the price on Polygon and the price on Ethereum, should grow together. But that's a big eventually. But let's continue listening here.
And so those people get done first. And also it'll be weighted so that the least amount of pull to the liquidity contract will go first. What this does is that we will work through over the next month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months through all the people that need liquidity in an orderly, systematized.
So this is no longer DeFi. You are buying directly on their internal exchange. It's like a stock exchange. It's not like a stock exchange. It is a stock exchange. You're exchanging the stock in this coin in a centralized exchange. We have gone from DeFi to CeFi. This is a centralized finance, which must be, in the United States, say with me now, regulated. So they've created an OTC desk. Most OTC desks, because I've dealt with OTC desk in crypto before, require you to be a qualified investor. So in order to buy OTC, you do have to be a qualified investor, meaning you have to have over $1 million in assets, not including your primary residence, make over $250,000 a year for the past 2 years, with the expectation to make $250,000 a year or more going forward, or make $350,000 a year as a couple or $400,000, depending on the exact rules, or have a financial license of some sort. So normal people cannot use an over-the-counter desk, just to be perfectly aware. So now we've gone into whole other levels of legality to try and get liquidity here.
And fair way, okay? And the people that have an opportunity and the financial strength to hold for the long term will be able to benefit as well and get...
Right, because you can buy it for less. If you want to hold it for long term, you can buy it for less than market price. Doesn't move the market price, doesn't move the market price down. So that is what an OTC market is.
The opportunity if they want to do the same. So this is the process. It's, you know, it's a consensus. It's not.
Prove that it's a consensus, Alan. You're just saying it's a consensus. You haven't read anybody's emails. You haven't read anybody's comments. You haven't read anything like that. You're saying it's a consensus, and everybody's just taking your word as cult leader, cult dictator, that it's a consensus. No, it's not.
What any particular individual wants, but it's the best, fairest available method, okay, to provide the...
To only sell what people are willing to pay for it. So very clearly, you're not getting out. I want to be, I hate to say this again. You're not getting out this way. It's allowing the ability for someone to buy the coin. Why do the desks exist? How do all these desks work? It's allowing somebody to buy the coin at what price they believe it's at, not on an exchange. So now we are in CeFi, or centralized finance. We have essentially become full circle. And it's funny as hell. But NRG has now become the community bank because it's an actual bank with the bank itself selling shares in itself on its own securities market. OTC, or over the counter.
Liquidity. Now, it will take us a little bit of time here to get the new contract built. Provided that there isn't any substantial group in the community that is against it. And since we've already kind of have support through emails and communication that the huge...
We're just going to go forward anyway. We don't have to prove it. We're a cult. What we say goes.
Vast majority of our community is for these proposals and for this. We will go ahead and deploy that as soon as practically possible. And hopefully, those of you that are really in need there's many people in the community that have medical conditions, there's other people with real crisis, you'll be able to...
if someone's willing to buy your coins for below market value and above the value of the Ethereum side, because I don't understand why someone would.
Get liquidity in a fair way, in a fair manner, okay? So that's the first...
But remember, why there's no liquidity is because no one else is joining, and that is the definition of a Ponzi scheme.
Announcement, and that's kind of like...
And just translating, liquidity means why nobody can leave is because nobody new is coming. So nobody new is coming, so nobody can leave. That is literally... Let's just... Understand what you're dealing with here. You are dealing with a Ponzi scheme. Here we go. A Ponzi scheme is a form of fraud that lures investors and pays profits to early investors with funds from more recent investors. Named after Italian businessman Charles Ponzi, the scheme leads victims to believe profits are coming from legitimate business activity, products, sales, or successful investments, or royalties on an NFT. And they remain unaware other investors are a source of funds. Ponzi scheme can maintain the illusion of sustainable business as long as new investors contribute new funds, and as long as most of the investors do not demand a full repayment and still believe the non-existent assets that they are purported to own. Ooh, if you've been watching for 2 hours and 14 minutes, it's pretty much the definition of what you've been watching here. But we'll continue on. We've got just a couple minutes left in the scheme of things. 31 minutes left. I'm going to try and talk a little bit less, but I wanted to tell you all about OTC.
I would say not the exciting part, but it's the least exciting part. The next part, and we will once again, once the new UI is up, we'll have another call.
The way that normal people can click and do this, they're going to explain to people how to do it once they show people how the OTC desk is going to work. That's all it is. It's an OTC desk. They don't need liquidity for this or anything. You're just selling person to person.
All of the transactions will be posted, so people will be able to see what wallets, who got. It'll be all on the blockchain. Who sold, what price, what amounts. So everything will be transparent. Okay. The next thing that we're gonna
but no longer DeFi.
Propose, and what we're gonna do is to drop everybody that has at least 25 coins or more, or a 500 coin amount in their wallet. Very, very soon, we will drop a DeFi NFT. It doesn't cost you any money. You're going to get that. And what that's going to do, that's going to entitle you to receive the NFT payouts and drops, which will come as part of the creator economy that we are building. And you will get those, and it's going to be very lucrative. You'll be able to take those drops. And
so what they're saying is all of the payouts that you're going to get from Starstake, you're now going to get with this NFT. Now, what does that do? Well, that makes this coin price irrelevant. It's going to go towards zero. When all the benefits are in the NFT, the price of the coin goes towards zero. When all the benefits are in the NFT, the price of this coin goes to zero. So just be aware it's going to go towards zero. When all the benefits are in the NFT, then nobody has to complain about the price of the coin falling, and the NFT has a fixed price, and you can sell the NFT, you can do whatever you want to the NFT, and they have some interesting schemes on how to keep the price, well, the price of the coin up with the NFT.
Buy new products on Starstake, you'll be able to get those drops and cash it out. I was talking to a friend of mine today, and I said, and I've been around a little longer. I don't know if any of you remember S&H green stamps. You used to go to the grocery store and you used to be able to get the green stamps.
He goes on about these stamps. I think it means he's putting the Starstake and NRGY people on food stamps. I really don't know. Me, Alan, Dwayne, Peter, not so much, but me, Alan, and Dwayne are in the fat boy camp. So, fat boy can't really do much on food stamps because they don't let you buy stuff that's too sugary on food stamps. So I really hope he's not putting the community on food stamps.
You bought stuff, and then you'd able to lick them and put them in a book, and either get cash rewards or buy products or services. And so it's kind of a model that's been around for a long time. Now we have the new NFT model. And by the way, there was a time when 70 to 80% of the population of the United States of America was participating in this kind of a savings reward program. And so to me, that's a great, great sign that what Chris has done over at Starstake is going to be a huge success. And of course, getting the NFT and getting that value is going to be is going to just give you an additional value. It's going to tie the opportunity to earn royalties from that contract, and it's going to give you the ability to do something really special. I'm explaining that to you here in a moment. So that's the first thing. So
you really think they could get a guy who could explain this better? And I'll be honest, but Byron does a better job. Byron's going to explain it a little bit later. You may know him as Dwayne, but his name is Byron Sneeringer.
NFT is going to be your key. Very soon, this will be the only way people that have this key, this NFT,
will be the only ones that can get the drops from the Starstake creator community.
So they're essentially using this NFT to move on to the next Ponzi. He just admitted that. They're essentially making NRGY, they're making it all garbage. And if you want to make Starstake royalties, you have to have this NFT. Therefore, making the price of the actual coin irrelevant. Interesting. That's how you move people on to the next Ponzi. You know what? I'm impressed. You know, they went from NRGY to NRGYGO to Builder DeFi to Starstake and who the hell knows what else. But yeah, interesting concept.
They'll be the only ones. You will not be able to come in and buy NRGY in the future.
So they're killing, they're robbing, what is it, robbing Peter to kill Paul, robbing Peter to marry Paul, whatever. They're killing one project to move on to the next because NRGY has been such a failure. We're going to take the NFT now. That's what they're doing. I've been hanging out in their Discord. It's confusing the fuck out of people. And if they only knew this was an OTC desk that they're selling in, ooh, that would confuse the fuck out of them too.
25 coins and get it. This will be ending very, very soon. So this is great news for existing people because you're getting this. You're going to be one of the few. There won't be additional more and more people who are going to have this asset and have the opportunity to earn rewards from that NFT asset.
Buy now, buy now, buy now or be sorry, buy now or be sorry, buy now or be sorry. High pressure sales tactic.
So it's going to be extremely, extremely valuable. And the fact that it's not an ongoing process where only people that were early on in the project were able to have this asset, hold it. Now you're going to be able to do something else with the asset besides hold it. Now keep in mind, many of you have, like I said, 2, 3, 4 times the number of initial coins. So your initial 25 coins might be 100 coins. It might be your 100 coins might be 400 coins. And for and we're going to be the DeFi NFT drop will be dropped to the coin holders, then depending on how many coins that you own. Okay. And it won't cost you anything. You'll keep all your coins. You don't have to exchange your coins or do anything with your current coins. This is
because when they do this, your coins are going to go to 0. So you don't have to exchange your coins. So sell now OTC if you can, or if you trust it, get the NFT. But it's 2.5 years and they haven't launched Starstake, nor have they listed a single star that they're going to have on Starstake.
Edition, and I was talking with some people in the community that said, wow, this is such an incredible model. The fact that we can do this with other apps and other brands as well, and that these type of drops will continue. Now, one other exciting part besides holding it and waiting for the opportunity to earn rewards, you also will be able to sell this NFT. You'll have two ways you can sell. One way would be simply to sell it on OpenSea, and the other way would be through a UI that we're going to give you. And that UI is going to allow you to sell very similar to the way now you can buy.
Hey, look, very similar. They're now becoming an exchange. They need to register with the United States federal government, the SEC, because they are becoming an exchange. It's no longer DeFi. Remember, it's DeFi when you go to a different app, you go to a different service, something like that. OpenSea, you want to take one NFT, sell it to someone else. OpenSea doesn't actually run that. They're the exchange. They're in the middle. They're an exchange. They're trying to run the exchange themselves, which now we're trading securities, we're internal stock exchange, we're doing things that are against multiple layers of United States federal law. Just want to point that out.
Energy, you'll be able to, using your link, put your NFT up for sale. And when people come in through your link and purchase it, they will buy your NFT, and that will be transacted in Ethereum. And 25% of that purchase price will then be used to purchase and burn NRGY coin on Polygon.
So what he's saying is that 25% of the price that it's sold for, you're only getting 75% of what you sell it for. 25% is going for creator royalties, and they're saying they're going to burn it, and then that's going to raise the price because there's going to be less tokens available on Polygon. But again, that's just artificial demand. It's still a Ponzi scheme because no new money's coming in. They're just burning some of the money that's actually sold. New money must come in for this to not be, actual product must come in. It is failing as a Ponzi scheme. This is a way to get new money in. Sorry, my mistake.
So let me repeat. If you wish to sell, you can sell on OpenSea. You also can sell through a UI that we will deploy, and it will set at a set.
And remember that NRGY and Starstake have the same development team, so this is going to delay Starstake even further. I don't think we're going to have Starstake probably till Valentine's Day now, because all the development's got to work on this now. And by all the development, I mean a couple people that Alan has hired in India. But
price, and we're looking at the initial set price based on feedback to be about $2,500. And of course, once rewards are start to be dropped.
Whoa, 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 whoa. They're thinking they're going to sell something for $2,500. Wait, I need to go back a little bit. I did not catch this when I listened earlier. I'm just going to rewind just a little bit. I want to hear that over again.
In Ethereum, and 25% of that purchase price will then be used to purchase and burn NRGY coin on Polygon. So let me repeat. If you wish to sell, you can sell on OpenSea. You also can sell through a UI that we will deploy, and it will set at a set price. And we're looking at the initial.
So on their side, they're going to have a set price. On OpenSea, they're not. They think they're going to sell these NFTs for $2,500. Wait. Hold on. Holy crap. Guys, you realize what they just did? They just reused the whole Starstake scam. Remember, you could buy either one NFT for $100 or 25 NFTs for $2,500? This is the Starstake Mission Series 1 NFT scam recycled. This is some funny shit right here. They literally just recycled the same scam they pulled with Starstake.
Set price based on feedback to be about $2,500. And of course, once rewards are start to be dropped, we expect that price to rise. And this would be a way for you to get also an additional way to get liquidity. And it's a great way to promote additional sale purchases and burning of the NRGY coin, which will promote.
No one's going to buy a $2,500 NFT. Nobody.
Market price on both Ethereum and Polygon, and keep the price at a great level. So I wanted just to run that by everybody and let you know. I'm also going to tell you that we're obviously looking at some other great projects. We're going to be using NRGY coin as an asset to back up asset-backed NFTs.
Oh, an asset-backed security. Hi, SEC. How are you?
We have the technology to create, to basically bundle products, NFTs, do smart contract rewards, and work with brands. And we're talking to, many brands have reached out, are interested in.
This guy reminds me of Donald Trump. Many brands, it's going to be huge. That's all I'm saying. Brands, they love me. I only have 500 followers on my YouTube account for Starstake, but I'm going to get brands that have 50 million on their account. No problem. They love me. It's going to be huge.
Exploring how they can create an asset-backed NFT using NRGY coin as a liquidity vehicle. And so what we're going to do is we're going to promote that. That's going to create a great demand this year for the coin, we believe, and it's going to be another value proposition for NRGY. So between the NFT drop, the future NFT asset-backed NFTs, the fact that we have just an incredible opportunity, and most likely, though none of us can really predict, we expect hopefully an improving cryptocurrency market in general, hopefully over this next year, as some of the excesses get worked off, which will also help us improve the ability for people to buy, sell, and be liquid with NRGY.
But remember, 2 hours ago, the larger crypto market didn't matter. I'm telling a whole story here. I'm telling a whole story here on purpose, because I'm trying to tell you, run as far away from these people as you can.
NRGY. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead now, and Dwayne had asked me. He said he had a few things he wanted to talk about, so I'm gonna turn it over to him and let him
Yeah,
continue.
I want to really break it down for you guys so you guys can fully understand the impact of
So we are going to get the Byron explanation right now. Again, nobody's going to explain to you that the sell is an OTC desk, and you're only going to be able to sell for what people want to pay you for it. So you're not going to be able to exit right away. That's why they said 2, 3, 4 months, because it is going to be a process, and you're only going to be able to sell for what someone's willing to buy it for.
this and how great this is. I mean, sometimes you find that solution that's just such a finite solution where you're like,
You got to move on to the next scam. They found a way to take one scam and move it to another. We've made energy now irrelevant, the price of energy now irrelevant, and we put it into an NFT.
you know what? There ain't a damn person that can say anything bad about it because it.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can. Sorry, Byron. Yeah, you're not telling people it's an OTC, and if they're selling, there has to be a buyer on the other end, and they're going to have to sell at a significant negative multiple to what it's listed at on the Polygon side in order to sell. Probably even lower than it's listed on the Ethereum side if the person's smart.
It's just completely fair and just for everybody around. Everybody wins with it. And this solution is just that. Understand this, here in a few weeks, whenever that's ended, for every 25 energy that you have, you're going to get one of these NFTs that allow you to earn royalties or star drops on the Starstake technology. Okay, and I explained how that worked. It's not Starstake that pays them, it's the creators. I explained that on my last Zoom on Saturday, so y'all understand that. But here in a few weeks, that'll be.
Yeah, remember that was the thing where we were going to do 10 billion in sales a month, and you were going to get $60,000 just by having 25.
Yeah. You guys, the current community members, are going to get these NFTs where they get to earn royalties on the Starstake technology for free, and that'll be a.
Well, you've already paid for them. Let's be very clear. You've already paid for them. Other community members or maybe community leaders, Crypto's Anonymous, people have pulled their money out and there's no more money coming into the Ponzi scheme. So you have to give something of value to people so they don't run away and your whole project goes to zero. Because remember, if you give the NFTs, no one's selling anything. And if you do an OTC market, which is what they're going to do, you don't move the actual price of the coin because you don't worry about liquidity. So you're running an OTC market and people will only get paid what other people want to buy the coin for.
Limited amount. That's all there will ever be. So you get the NFT that allows you to earn royalties on the Starstake technology, plus you get the value of your energy. You could sell your energy and still keep your royalties from Starstake. But why would you want to take and hold your energy? Well, that's a good question. The reason is this, because there's going to be other apps on the NRGY platform.
So what he's saying is, if you think there's actually going to be other apps on the NRGY platform other than Starstake, which took 2.5 years after it was announced to even come somewhere near being finished, even though it's not finished yet, then if you think there's going to be something else, then sell your energy for whatever you can sell it for. So if not, then watch energy go to zero, and the only value, I don't think there's value in anything, but the only value is in the Starstake side of it, which is now all those royalties are going to be tied to your NFT, which again, those royalty numbers are not real.
And there's going to be other asset-backed NFTs that tie up the energy supply. And we all know when the supply is tied up, of course, the value typically rises, right? When you tie up the supply and make it more scarce. But not only that, now that they're
right, but the value rises as the supply goes down as long as the demand goes up. He's forgetting that. If you make less supply, but you also have less demand, and you have less demand than the less supply, then the price continually goes down. He's only talking about the supply side, not the demand side, and that's an important variable to put into place.
This limited number of these NFTs where people can earn royalties from Starstake, only a finite amount. No others can be created. I would say that's a pretty scarce and in-demand commodity once Starstake once those royalties become substantial, right? Who all thinks that? Raise your hand if you do. Turn on your cameras and raise your hand. Obviously, they're going to be a pretty substantial because they're going to be so scarce. There's no other.
I really hope this video holds up in court one day, because they're lying to people left, right, and center, saying that these royalties are going to be substantial and everything like that. These people that are involved in this, the innocent people, are going to lose their asses here. They've already lost their asses, but they're thinking there's some hope for the future. There's not. I'm just a journalist sitting here, and a lot of people tease me when I make these 3-hour-long videos and go, why are you doing this? I'm doing this so if I can break through to one person listening to Dwayne and tell them, reach out, nopantsprofits@gmail.com. I will get on the phone with you. I will tell you exactly what's going on. I'll spend as much time as I need, because here's the thing. I don't want one person out there to lose trust in crypto, because I do think crypto is the future. I don't think any of this garbage is the future. I like the idea of crypto. I have a ledger myself. It's in the other room, filled with a significant amount of crypto. And guess what? There's none of this on there. So, I mean, if you're watching this, understand you're being lied to. You're being manipulated. This is a cult. Reach out, nopantsprofits@gmail.com. I'm happy to talk to anybody.
Ones that can never be created. So as those NFTs themselves are traded on the secondary market, or as they're sold on the secondary market, 25% of that sale is going to be used to go and buy and burn the supply of energy.
Cool. Agree what he says. But here's the thing. So then that means you have a 75% supply. So you're decreasing supply by 25%. But you still have to have 75% demand. And you have almost no demand right now. You have a major demand problem. Maybe you'll fix it in the future, but I'm a betting man, and I don't think you are.
So the supply of energy is getting bought, and it's being burnt off of circulation. And so what it does is it makes energy itself more and more and more scarce.
Agreed. But is there a demand?
So why should you consider also holding your energy? Is because you get a benefit on the ecosystem as a whole. But as far as your NFT that allows you to collect Starstake royalties, the community is getting those for free.
No, they've already paid for them. It's being transformed into a new scheme.
There is no disputing that. There's no, it's.
You've already paid for it. You've already paid for your 25 or your 500 or your 100 energy. There is disputing that. It's not free. It's already paid for.
So clean from a compliance standpoint. It's great for the ecosystem.
Compliance standpoint.
For the loyal community members, it's great for them because they cannot get quote unquote diluted down. There's only that finite amount, and that's going to allow.
Right, but dilution is important if there's demand. If there's no demand, then supply don't mean shit.
Them to earn their cash flow, plus they still have the value in their energy. And sometimes there's just that solution that is so finite that you're like, oh my gosh, this is awesome from all sides around. There's no disputing how awesome this is because it takes care of every individual, no matter what perspective you're looking at things.
But if you don't have any demand, if there's no new people coming into the scheme, then it's dead on arrival. And they're obviously having a liquidity issue, which if you translate, that is a demand issue. Again, liquidity is when you have more sellers than you have buyers. They have a significantly higher number of people that want to sell than they have that want to buy right now. Plain, simple, end of story, fact completed.
And the solution that's put in place, guys, is really just quite tremendous. It's incredible to all. And I can't say enough about it. Man, I'm looking forward for what 2023 has in store. I'm going to be doing an asset-backed NFT on my Infura.
Oh my God, why do these people admit these things? That's an asset-backed security.
Brand in the coming year. You're going to be hearing about that in the next coming weeks. So there's a lot of good things that are happening. But once that's ended, here in a few weeks, once it's ended, whoever's holding 25 energy at that time For every 25 energy and for every 500 energy they sell that or they hold, they're going to be given this free NFT that allows.
Not free, already paid for. You've already paid for the energy. You're making the energy worthless for the Starstake project, which is the only project you've actually announced.
Allows them to collect royalties from the creators on Starstake. And
also, Dwayne, your fish are running out of water in the fish tank, so you might want to
collect
help with that.
royalties from that technology. Guys, it's simply brilliant, and I can't say enough about it. And I hope I broke it down to where you guys can understand in kind of simpleton terms.
But still didn't explain it's OTC, and people can only sell for what people want to buy for.
So, Alan, I'm going to turn it back over to you. I do know that I'm seeing a lot of support in chat, and we do have some.
Because these people know no better. They know no better, so they're going to do nothing but support.
People with their hands raised, some community members that I know probably want to show.
No. We can't take questions.
Their support as well. And, you know, I think it might be a good idea to let a few of those guys talk because they've been with us from the beginning. Do you have any objection to that? I'm just kind of looking for the people with their hands raised. And I see like Jason Roberts has his hand raised and some of those guys. And I just think it's great to see, you know, your guys' support out there. And I know there's a lot of people on here. And it's just so great to see everybody's support. And I see the chat's kind of going nuts. And they're like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? So for having these energy, I get this royalty NFT.
You got to call him by Byron, and then he'll respond. Hey, Byron Sneeringer.
Allows me to collect royalties, plus I get my energy as well. Anyways, go ahead.
Dwayne, this is Savon. Hi, Dwayne. So as just to kind of recap, I know there's just so many updates and exciting updates that we have here today. But as a founding member, with all the energy coin that we have here, Alan did mention, there will be a new UI that's going to be created for all the coins that we have that folks can liquidate. So there'll be new UI that's going to be
that folks can liquidate for only what people are willing to buy at.
Created for those who needs to liquidate their energy coin, and that is based on the lowest price. The great thing is that
she just said it's based on the lowest price. They're not saying it's an OTC desk. What this is an OTC desk or an over-the-counter desk, which is highly illegal to do without government regulation, but they're going to do it anyway because they think they're above the law. And as you saw 2 hours and 40 minutes ago, Alan's already had a run-in with the law. And his response, if you want to see my Builder Coin video, I don't want to make this video any longer, Alan said, oh, the law, I was just in front of the law and I wouldn't do anything wrong. Well, settling a $1.6 million fine, so I disagree with his thoughts on the law.
There's no 25% burn on any of them as they are unstaking them. I guess the only burn that there is that is applicable is the 7.5%. So that's one subject matter that we have, and then of course we have the NFT drop for all the rewards and the royalties and so forth. So I just want to kind of get some clarity as far as those who want to unstake their energy like right now, and they have an emergency and they want to put it up for sale. There will be a new UI.
They're putting it up for sale. That doesn't mean they're going to get what they want to sell it for.
That is created on Polygon, where again you're not going to get dinged the 25% burn, where you can actually put it on this UI, put a price that you want to sell it for. It will be based on the lowest price, and then therefore they can sell their energy on this UI that's going to be created here in the next few weeks, right?
Correct. And I think that's going to be created a lot sooner than a few weeks. I'm not for sure. Alan probably can speak more on that. but that's going to be created to where people are going to be able to sell their coins. Now, keep in mind, I want you to keep in mind,
But
if
the
they
benefit is to keep it to keep it
Correct.
staked, because then you will then earn, you know,
A free-
additional 25% throughout the next 12 month. Plus you get drop, the NFT drop, which has all of the, you know, royalties and the benefits of all the NFTs and such. So yeah.
correct. If you're holding them in a few weeks when that ends, if you're holding your energy, you're going to get that free NFT that allows you to collect royalties from the Starstake technology, star drops from the creators on Starstake. And so that's a huge advantage. If you were going to unstake and sell anyways, you weren't going to get royalties anyways, because you were going to sell your energy anyway. So it really doesn't affect it either way. But it really gives
But remember, once these NFTs drop, the coin will have no value.
people a huge incentive. It brings energy a tremendous value. And it really takes care of the people who
Absolutely.
believed in us from the beginning. And I just couldn't be more pleased with that ability. Now, once you get the NFT, you'll have the NFT. You still have the energy. You can sell the energy if you want.
But the energy will be worthless because the only project, here's the important thing, the only project that you're getting royalties on by holding the coins right now is Starstake. When the NFT comes out, all the Starstake royalties are going to the NFT. So the coins have no worth unless you believe that Dwayne's Infurio NFT asset-backed security is going to do something in the future. So sell your coins, get the NFT. If you really believe in this project, get the NFT, sell your coins, because there's not going to be anything more than Starstake to this. I think it's very clear.
Or you can continue to stake it to earn other benefits in the energy ecosystem, earn minting rewards, and all those different things as well. But what this does is it limits the number of royalties that can be paid out from the Starstake technology. There's a very finite amount. And so essentially what it does in a nutshell is, quote unquote, you don't get diluted down from other people who are coming in and
But other people can't come in because, well, number one, there's not going to be any demand. This is all, he's talking about supply, but he's not talking about the demand side. Right now, they're in a liquidity crisis because there's no demand. Doesn't matter what you do to the supply side if you have no demand.
taking 25 energy, because once those are created, that's it. Those are all the NFTs that will ever pay royalties from the Starstake technology. And
until we decide we need more money and need to issue another set of them, because those are not all the NFTs that'll pay royalties, because the Mission Series 1 NFTs are paying royalties as well, as will the Mission Series 2, Mission Series 3, Mission Series 4, Mission Series 5. Gotta have a cash grab somewhere. You're not gonna make any money from the stars.
the energy community that was here from the beginning, they're the ones who get those. If they want to sell them on the secondary market, they can sell them. But every time those are sold, 25% of the sell is used to take and buy and burn energy out of circulation.
Which, again, I agree, decreases supply, but if there's no demand, it doesn't matter that there's 25% less energy.
And it's just such a brilliant idea, guys. I can't even say enough about
It's
it.
absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So not only that, from what I gather on this call, that, you know, you can sell your energy coin on our new Polygon UI. You can also, you're going to get the DeFi energy drop, the NFT drop, where in turn you can, you know, collect all these royalties and such. But at the same token, you can also sell on OpenSea the NFT, the DeFi NFT as well down the road. It might even be value at, you know, thousands of dollars down the road as well. So you got, you know,
without affecting your value of your energy.
without affecting the value of your energy.
But you are affecting the value because you're taking all of the potential star drops, royalties, whatever, that you're going to get to Starstake, and you're transiting into that NFT, taking all the value away from the energy coins. Because isn't all energy is Starstake? It's taken them 3 years announcing a project which still hasn't launched. So yeah, I'm excited. 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, I'm extending the timeline. They can do it. I can do it too.
Absolutely.
Still
Wow.
having their energy,
Wow.
you could sell this NFT if you choose, and of course, as those royalties become more, those star drops become more and more substantial, so too becomes the demand of having one of these very scarce, valuable NFTs.
So the first time he's mentioned demand, and I don't believe that there is demand, but the first time he's mentioned demand, he's only mentioned supply so far. And if you know anything about economics, you have supply and you have demand. If you have a bunch of supply and no demand, well, that's what's happening to retailers right now. They were all out of products. It's going to happen to car manufacturers and everything like that because there's no demand anymore because the market's gone to SHIT.
That allow you to get paid royalties from the creators on Starstake. And it's just simply brilliant, guys. It really is. Alan, if you want to say anything, I want to turn it back over to Alan too. You might ask him to unmute himself. And I think one thing Alan could clarify is when are those people who need to be able to sell going to be able to take an unstaked and sell in this liquidity pool where they can put the price they want to sell and all that.
So yeah, I don't, it's something that we're
I can't
working
give a real
on.
date.
We're going to get it up. We wanted to make sure before it was built that this is what everyone had agreed what was fair and best for the way to handle.
So where's the community vote? Where's anybody able to say anything? Where's people able to put their coin somewhere and say, I want this level of coin to vote yes, this level of coin to vote no? They don't realize what's going on. They haven't explained to people this is an OTC desk where you're not going to get the full value. You're only going to get what someone's willing to pay for it.
The environment that we're in. And so now that we've gotten the consensus that this is the smartest way to approach things, then it's going to get developed very quickly. And we're going to test it out in the next few days. And hopefully by next week, you'll come to your UI page, but we'll give everyone a heads up notice. This won't be a rush. It won't be first come, get out. You'll have time to put your offers in. It'll be an orderly, fair process, and everybody will see the transactions, and it's going to work out really, really nicely for those people that need to get out for whatever reason, and those of you that for whatever reason want to cash out.
Two really good questions, and I'm not going to take all the questions, but if I see a really good question.
Of course he's not going to take all the questions because that creates FUD. When you ask questions, that's FUD. If you know anything, ask a valid question, they'll say you're fudding. You're creating fear, uncertainty, and doubt. I mean, the project not launching in May 15th of 2022. FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. The project not launching, talking Starstake, which is what this all is. Starstake not launching by November for Thanksgiving. FUD! Starstake not launching in the year of 2022 after it was supposed to launch in 2020. FUD! Can't take questions.
Alan, I think we should take the really good questions. So
Absolutely.
One person says, does NRGY continue to be minted through week 100 or 4.3 million? And the answer is yes, correct?
So more supply, less demand means the price is going down.
We'll be able to
Yes.
purchase.
All these things are already set. Yes.
So what will become of NRGY Go? Are you doing something with the drops of Minter on that? I think you mentioned that last time. You might.
Yeah, I mean, we're kind of at this point. There'll be continued Minter drops to wallets that have NRGY Go. There is a plan for NRGY Go. We have several proposals, but as of right now, we're not. We're really focused on other things. There's a great opportunity for that asset as well, and I will tell you that.
Ooh, more assets.
Everything we do is to try to create the best value opportunity for our financial assets and for our community members. So stay tuned on that.
Okay, is the Ethereum side going away? That's been a question.
Ethereum side can't go away. It's already set. What we're going to be hoping that will happen is you'll see eventually a good parity price. Now.
So what they're saying is that this price, $11.04, and this price, $454.04, should meet in the middle. Similar to if you're familiar with AMC and Ape stock. Not going to happen. They're both going to head towards zero, but yeah. They can say what they want.
That once the people have the ability to unlock and find the market value of what.
So yeah, they're going to sell down that for it. He's saying once people have the ability to unlock and find the market value, he's admitting that this is an OTC. Once people have the ability to unlock and find the market value, the two prices are going to come together. Just like I said earlier. Yeah. You're not getting $454. Maybe you're getting $10 per coin if you want out.
They have, keep in mind, we were in a period of severe decline. People were locked in. So it's going to take a little time for the market to adjust to the current price.
He's trying to say this selling is going to be a fucking disaster.
Pricing that's available. However, it's not, I hopefully envision a day where, obviously our focus is on Polygon because there's issues with Ethereum. The MEV box in particular, which are front running bots, have taken hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and thousands of dollars out of liquidity of energy. It's been a huge problem for not just our project, but others. And because the NRGY Ethereum contract, which everyone here bought, and then some migrated, but everyone bought, that contract is, unfortunately, we can't update that with the latest protection.
So here's the dirty secret. The Ethereum contract is locked. The Polygon contract is not locked. So they can modify the Polygon contract, which is what you see going on right now. How do I know that? Because I drink and I know things. The Polygon contract is not locked, but the Ethereum contract is. If you know anything what that means in crypto, you know what that means.
To prevent this type of, it's literally front-running hijacking on Wall Street. It wouldn't even be allowed, right? But this is not Wall Street. But my point.
Yep, I told you we'd come back to that. On Wall Street, everything you've heard right here on Wall Street wouldn't be allowed. But this is not Wall Street.
Is that the Polygon contract protections are better. So we will, I think in the end, though, Ethereum will still have a value. And if you have Ethereum coins, you will also get the NFT drop as well. But the key thing is that we're going to be, it's a matter of, you'll have lots of choices in terms of what you'd like to do.
Bottom line is, and Savannah, if you'll do me a favor and unmute Mr. Live, unmute Peter, ask him to unmute. I know he probably wants to say.
Oh, we're bringing all three of the horsemen together to close this up. Thanks, boys. This is great.
A few things. Bottom line is, for people to be able to get one of these Starstake or one of these NFTs to be able to collect royalties from the creators on Starstake.
Yeah, DeFi NFT.
There will not be much time left of NRGY stake to get one of those. Because once that's over and that's finalized, from that point on, those people who are holding the NRGY are the only ones that are going to get those NFTs. That's a huge, if you have people that are on the fence and thinking about getting involved with NRGY, now.
Yep, we got to keep the Ponzi going. This is all about transitioning the Ponzi to a new scheme. So now we're doing an NFT scheme. Why? Well, because NFT scheme worked really, really well. Well, not as well as they would have liked. Chris said they were going to sell it the first day. It took 13 days. NFT scheme worked really, really well for Starstake. But maybe the NFT scheme will work well for NRGY.
It would be the time for them to go ahead and get that 25, 500, whatever staked if they're wanting to get one of those NFTs from the, free NFTs, I should say, from that allow them to collect royalties on the Starstake technology. Go ahead, Peter.
Yeah, I think that everything that has been put into place really is going to be very fair for the community. And, the biggest thing that we wanted to avoid was really just one person having an advantage over the other. So you guys all should know that myself, Dwayne, Alan, we're not going to sell our energy because we believe in the project. We believe in the future of the project. We understand where this is going to be going.
Nobody can prove that the three of them haven't sold. Their wallets are anonymous. Crypto is anonymous. Just trying to say, nobody can prove that they haven't bought and sold. 3 of them.
For the future, and what we're essentially creating is a much more long-term project which has a strong foundation. And so that's what we've really done over the past roughly year and a half, almost 2 years now, is create this foundation. And I believe that everything that we put into place now should be fair for the community. Yes, I understand it's not going to 100% satisfy every single person. And I think we all know that can be very difficult to do.
When people figure out what's really going on, they gonna be pissed.
But at the same time, we should be able to keep this satisfactory for most of the people who are really enduring to the fact of what we are trying to create. So thank you so much for everyone's support, and we look forward to a promising future.
So we will have a follow-up call with the details. Yes, 500 drop NFT. There'll be a 25 drop, and this is coming up very soon. And we'll update you on the exact timelines for all this. We're going to move as quickly and expeditiously as possible. We want to get everybody who is satisfied with and get all the stuff that we've all agreed is in our best interest deployed. So I appreciate that. Rest assured, the tech team has been is going to be given their marching orders, and we should expect to see the results of there very, very quickly. We'll keep the communication open. We'll do another follow-up call and get into some more detailed discussions about this. But we're throwing a lot of new information at you. We just want you to just kind of think it through. Any other questions you have, please feel free to email the NRGY community email at nrgycommunity@protonmail.me, and then we will also address those the things in further calls.
Alan, one thing people are asking is when will they be able to unstake their energy? When will the UI, when will they be able to unstake and put it up for?
Yeah, they're going to be able to unstake right away. We got to get the liquidity contract up. That has to be tested so that you'll be able to unstake. But the selling part for the liquidity contract, we're going to get that done as quickly as possible. It's not weeks, it's days away. Okay, it's days away.
Cool. Awesome. I just wanted to make that clear to people. So, okay, cool. Guys, I appreciate it, Alan. Thank you. So, guys, I can't say enough. I just want to thank all of you guys because we have such a tremendous community. The last thing I really want to say is this is a testament, guys, to the community that we've built. I mean, you guys that have been on Discord have seen people come in and really try to rip us apart, really try to rip NRGY apart.
Well, your coin price has been ripped to absolute shit.
Really try to be quite critical at times. And
so they're trying to erase the coin price and put it in an NFT, so it doesn't matter if it's worth shit or not.
When you just see the vast amount of support out there and you see everybody just stepping up with support, it really is a testament to you guys, all of you guys, and the community that's being built.
Spoken like a true cult leader.
It's a testament to this project, and I think it's going to be a testament for a story to be told years from now. And it's really the story of, our success. Thank you.
Or failure. And I'm telling the story now.
Guys, have a great night.
Yeah, I just want to say one thing. I know people want exact times. We're going to get some times out. We just kind of all came together as a community and agreed on these.
There were only 4 speakers the entire time. I don't think the community agreed
on this direction. So please stay in tune. We're going to get you exact timelines and so for what you can expect. Okay.
And I will be out.
Everybody wants to, and further, and we're going to go over this stuff again and make sure everyone is aware, knows what they need to do so they can participate in whatever level they would like.
And I'll be out with more information on this Infurio asset-backed NFT here after the first of the year. It's going to be some really encouraging news. I think you guys are really going to like what's going on there. So I can't wait to share that with you. Guys, enjoy your new year. Enjoy this week. I want you guys to take up, man, it's been so busy, hustle and bustle of the season. Everybody's been busy. You know, I think a lot of us have been dealing with really hard issues through this Christmas. I know certainly several community members have.
Again, this is cult speak. This is supposed to be finance. This is not a family. This is money. This is numbers. This is cult.
Myself, I know Alan has, and I think it's just important for the next week for you guys to go enjoy it and spend some time with your family and just enjoy this life we're given, because you never know how limited it is sometimes. And I want to say, you know, I appreciate you. Happy New Year, everybody. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. See you in the new year, guys. Bye for now.
All right, so we just spent 3 hours and 5 minutes going over the newest update, everything that's been happening with Starstake. Now, everybody and NRGY, and people go, why would you do this? Because if I break through to one person, just one person here watching this video, those 3 hours are worth it. These guys are scammers. They're scamming you. They're swindling you. They're taking your money. They're doing it illegally. They're doing it against a whole bunch of United States laws. I've already turned over everything. I've had my life threatened by Byron Sneeringer. Directly on my YouTube page. He's threatened the life of me and my family. The same day that happened, I immediately went to the FBI. I've been to other 3-letter government organizations since, at the request of the FBI. I'm cooperating with them fully. They said I can make these videos to warn others because they're busy with other cases right now. But be aware. Law enforcement is aware of this. This is illegal. I'm exhausted. This is 4 a.m., 4:01 a.m. Eastern Time, the night this last video I showed you just came out. And I do this for you, the watchers. And I want to remind you of one thing. There's real ways to make money in this world. And I like to focus on those real ways to make money. So I never, ever, ever, and I'm not asking you for this channel, for results, not typical, but if this show's on No Pants Profits, like and subscribe, and I'll show you real ways to make money, real ways to make long-term investments. I'm not going to get you rich overnight, but I'm going to show you how to invest for your future, how to do dollar cost averaging, other things like that in real companies, in real businesses, in real things that are regulated by the government. Yes, it's no promise, and investing is different for everyone, but I want you to remember, crypto scams are not a way to make money unless you start to scam. A Ponzi scheme makes nobody money except Charles Ponzi, the guys at the top, which you've met the 3 of them. This is at 4 a.m., 4:02 a.m. Eastern Time. After going 3 hours and 7 minutes, this is Richard from No Pants Profits. If you have any questions, if you're one of the people in this video and you want to have a conversation, my channel is always open. NoPantsProfits@gmail.com. NoPantsProfits@gmail.com if you have any questions. This is Richard from No Pants Profits reminding you that when you sit here at 4 a.m. Eastern and you wear no pants, there's only one thing you got left to lose. And you know what that is? Yeah, it's what a lot of people are going to lose in NRGY and Starstake. Except for the people that founded it. It's your shirt. Have a great one. Don't get scammed. Bye.